Stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Harsh? Yes, sir. Please start. Okay. The sparkle of fire is the witness of your worth. The silent flaunt of the water is the witness of your softness. The rising of the sun in the east and the sunset in the west is the witness of your rhythm. Rhythmical movement of the moon is the witness of your perfection. My worth, my soul, and my witness is the witness of the oneness of glories God, whose glorification can never be described in words. With all these lines, a very warm good morning to all dignitaries, guests, and delegates, and a heartily welcome to all with great joy and immense exultation. I feel very privileged to extend my warm welcome to all presented here for the celebration of our final day TechFest 2K20. The TechFest has become a regular aspect and part of our institution since year 2016. We have been celebrating this festival since from 3 years. This year, the TechFest was quite different from the other years because we had this online meeting and on a virtual meet. So without furthermore wasting any time, I would like to introduce you our jury members. They are Dr. Aditya Tiwari sir, Mr. Manish Dubey sir, and Mr. Yashwant Bouquet sir. Also, I would like to tell you the maximum marks for today's discussion would be 40. First, delivery and effectiveness will consist of 10 marks. Second, knowledge of subject and content description will also consist of 10 marks. Third, conclusion, result and discussion would also consist of 10 marks. And finally, technical feasibility will also contain 10 marks. All the total marks is 40. And the first group which would start with the program is the nominees for the first group are Anurag Verma, Gaurav Barapatre, and Anirudh Shukla, and their topics are fire goggles.
Thank you, Harsh.
Thank you, Harsh, for inviting me. Honorable HOD sir, respected teachers, and all the jury members, a very warm and pleasant good morning to everyone. I, Gaurav, with my team members Anurag Verma and Anirudh Shukla from final year Fire Technology and Safety Engineering Department, are grateful for getting an opportunity to present our innovative idea in front of everyone. And the idea,
Excuse me, Gaurav. Is the PPT visible?
uh, I think, I think not.
Uh, is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Yeah. I Gaurav from with my team members Anurag Verma and Anirudh Shukla from final year Fire Technology and Safety Engineering Department are grateful for getting an opportunity to present our innovative idea in front of everyone. And the idea we are presenting is titled as Smoke Goggles. See beyond imagination. And the contents of our presentation are the business. Second is the technology behind the product. Third is are the possible innovations. Then physical specifications. Then the market, and at last is financial requirement. Now it's over to you, Anurag.
Thank you, Gaurav. Now, coming to the business, what we are targeting here is, as you all know, that fire occurs in a single and small multi dwelling. with numerous points of ventilation and egress. Some firefighter may develop complicancy for the limitation of air supply and lack of awareness of egress point. This lack of awareness may cause life-threatening problems when firefighters are faced with incident of prolonged zero visibility because of heavy smoke. As you all know, that smoke limits the visibility of the firefighter or the rescue workers, and the time for the rescue it increases. So what we're planning here is a smoke goggle that will help firefighters to see through the smoke so that they are able to perform an effective rescue and effective firefighting. Now, coming to the technology behind the product, we are
नहीं यार
planning
ये
to
प्लीज
make
वन
a
वीक का इसके
SWIR,
स्क्रीनशॉट ले
that is
लेना ना
shortwave infrared imaging
ये मैं सोच
camera,
रहा हूँ पसंद है आपने
that we will use in our goggles. Uh, the
हाँ
large
तो
amount of
ये ना
particles,
ग्रुप तो
aerosols generated by fire
ऑफिशियल ग्रुप
appears
पे
as
लिंक
light
भेजना
smoke that obscures the vision. As shown in the images below,
हाँ
the image on the left
नहीं
is the normal image that a normal person will see. But if we wear our goggles that uses SWIR technology, they will see the image that is shown on the right. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anurag. As my friend Anurag told, that the technology used behind the product is shortwave infrared imaging. So I would like to tell you that this imaging technique has already been used in the already existing shortwave infrared cameras, which has many wide applications in military, forest fire detection, and vision enhancement for aircraft landing system, and in many fields. So this technology has been used to design a goggle that we can see through smoke. So this shortwave infrared imaging covers the wavelength range from 900 nanometer to 1700 nanometer, and a large number of applications that are difficult or impossible to perform using the visible light are made possible using this shortwave infrared imaging. And the impact of haze and smoke disappears in shortwave infrared means that the during the haze or smoke, uh, we can see beyond through the smoke using this technology of shortwave infrared, and the image which is captured by this technology misses the color content of the visible realm, means that it will appears as black and white in color, and this imaging occurs at zero point 0.9 to 1.7 micrometers, that is say 900 nanometers to 700 nanometers, and which is eye safe wavelength, that means it will not affect our eyes. Now coming to the next slide. Now the most and main important technology behind the technology this designing is that the sensors which has been used. The
हाँ निकाल
sensors
लेना टाइम टू टाइम
which
फिर
have
वो
been used
है
here
ना
are built
दस
on the
बारह
chemical
निकाल के
compositions
टाइम
of
शीट में
indium, gallium, and arsenide. Now, what I would like to tell you, what is this? Indian gallium arsenide is a semiconductor
हाँ बताओ
at room temperature, and it has many applications in electronics and photonics also. And its principal application is that it is an infrared detector. Now, I would like to tell you that it already exists in the short-wave infrared camera technology in Indian gallium arsenide sensors. These are the currently prevailing camera technology operating within the window range, as I told earlier, of 900 and 1700 nanometer. And its benefits are it offers high detection performance and has faster response speeds, as its photosensitive is dependent on wavelength. Now, in practical terms, it can be used to see through smoke, haze, or fog. But our primary idea is to see through smoke, dark smoke, black smoke as possible. This shorter wavelength enables images with higher resolution and strong contrast. Now, next slide. Alright. Now, as you can see on the slide on the screen, that here is the architecture of Indian gallium arsenide sensor. So, what? what is behind the sensor that it performs. So at the very upper layer is that anti-reflective coating. Means it is a type of coating that is applied to the surface of lenses and other optical elements, and it helps to reduce the reflection. And after that, it comes INP substrate. It is Indian phosphide substrate. It is also semiconductor and used in optoelectronics and photovoltaics. And there is Indian gallium absorption layer. It absorbs the incident photons, and there is ultra thin INP cap, and then Indian bump bonding, and last is readout integrated circuit. This is the main circuit, and it is used for reading the infrared detector. Means that its primary function is to accumulate the photocurrent and transfer the signal to the output for readout. Now, next slide. Okay, now I would like to tell you that what are the possible innovations behind the technology. I would like to tell you that this is a totally an innovative technology that means it has been taken from a camera, and it is been used it is been designed to use in a goggle, that the same function that a camera does, that to see beyond smoke, haze or fog, that we can do in by wearing a goggle. And the technology of already existing shortwave infrared imaging technique has been used here to design a goggle, and that can be used primarily by the firefighters, rescuers, or any emergency response team, or any other services, so that it would help those to see through smoke. And the main idea is that it will reduce the time of the firefighters or rescuers when they are performing their tasks, and it would help to save the lives of people. It will save their time, and it would be easy. It would make their task easy to rescue others. Now, what is behind the goggle? That we have applied the we have used here heads up display. Let me tell you what are heads up display. Heads up display is a display that can be seen without lowering the eyes. Means that is it presents data without requiring the eyes, without requiring the users to look away from their normal viewpoints. So it will be easy for the wearer or the rescuer to locate the picture easily. Next slide. Since, as you know, that smoke due to fires in buildings obscure visibility, and it is very difficult for the rescuers to perform their task, these goggles will help them uh, to reduce their rescue duration. That is the most important. That is the primary idea for designing this goggle, that to reduce the rescue duration of the performer. They can see through smoke, and the material we use here is lightweight, so that it would be comfortable for the wearer to wear these goggles. And it advantage is that is also it can also work as a safety goggle, and means the part we have used here can also work as a safety goggle. Next slide. Now it's over to you, Anurag.
Thank you. As you can see on the screen, this is a prototype of the smoke goggle that we are planning to make. As you can see, there are no any complicated machinery or something. It is just a normal goggle, and it will be a lightweighted goggle. And in the middle of the goggle, there will be SWIR sensor that we will use. Uh, on this slide, you can see again the example of some of the images by SWIR lens. Uh, you cannot see through smoke by normal vision, but through the SWIR lenses, you can easily see through the smoke. Now, over to you, Anirudh.
Thank you, Anurag. After seeing various benefits of this product, now it's time for its physical significance. The standard SWIR lenses have different variants based on their focal length. These are 8 mm, 12 mm, 16 mm, and up to 59 mm. These lenses can be used in this technology. The material used for this lens is polycarbonate and it is an thermoplastic. And as you all know, thermoplastic have uh, several advantages over other plastics. It is pliable in nature, that means flexible at room temperature and unbreakable. It is high impact resistant. Since it is made of thermoplastic, it has good non-conducting and electrical insulating properties. It is heat resistant. The lens has coating of starch resistance layer for its protection. The melting temperature varies between 288 to 316 degrees Celsius. The tensile strength of this product is 59 megapascal. As you can see a figure beside, it is an indium gallium arsenide sensor abbreviated as InGas sensor. The figure has shown its dimensions and due to its nano size it can easily fit in our product. Now the market. The customers we are targeting for this product are: the first one is state fire services, second is emergency response team, third one is rescue teams, and all major industries where fire hazard can occur, and high-rise and commercial buildings. Now over to you, Gaurav.
Now, it's time to tell what makes our product to compete in market. Uh, I would like to tell you that it is a totally innovative designing we have done, and keeping in mind the safety point of view of rescuers also, so that it would be make easy for to perform the task. Moreover, it also works as a safety goggle and provides full protection to eyes from the such small particles such as chips, dust, or any small particles. It is light in weight as compared to other goggles. It can be easily worn by the rescuer, and the most important and the primary function is to reduce the rescue time. Next slide. Over to you, Anurag.
Now coming, yes, thank you. Now coming to the financial requirements, uh, there are many components in this goggle that we are using, and the lens we are using, we are still researching on the price of it. So as till now, we haven't got any solid price of these goggles. So we are still doing our research, and we will try to make it as cheap as possible. Now we are open to any questions, suggestion, and feedback.
Okay, Gaurav, and your team. So that's very good idea which you have just thought of making a fire goggles. Uh, can
Actually,
you
I would like
please come to slide
sorry.
of SWIR?
Uh, Sir, I would like to correct that initially we decided to name the title as Fire Goggle, but later on we got a good conclusion that we name it as a Smoke Goggle. So there is a correction that title is Smoke Goggle. See beyond imagination.
Okay. So yes, this one, है ना? So I just want to know why you have used this SWIR technique.
Uh, sir, as I have researched a lot and got to a conclusion that this technique is the only technique that can be used to see through smoke. There are many other techniques also, thermal imaging. Mostly the infrared imaging is used. There are four regions: near, shortwave, far, and long. So the this technique, which has a wavelength ranges from 900 meter to 1700 meter, is it is helpful to see through smoke.
So you are saying that this method which you are taking is good or the best for your
So
this.
it is already existing in camera technology, and we have shown you the images also. As you can see, these images have been taken by the camera shortwave
Okay.
infrared camera.
Okay.
Uh,
Then please see this image which you have shown. The first one there is smoke, and the second one you are using this SWRI technology. But
yes, sir.
there
Yes, sir.
also 100% clear image is not there. You can see smoke is visible in that particular figure. 100% clear image is not there.
Yes, sir. Actually, the main idea is that what is behind the smoke? What are the objects behind the smoke? We can see in the image that the behind the smoke there is a car clearly. So
No,
it is.
I am
Yeah.
asking that is this uh, technology gives you 100% visibility or not? Because in this figure, 100% visibility is not shown because smoke is there behind. It is, I can see that here smoke can be seen. So maybe it is only it will give 90% or 95%. It looks like that from this particular figure. So is
Yes, sir.
there more good technology you should
Sir, I
see
would like to
that
answer.
can give 100% view?
Uh, Sir, what we have planned is it will be used by the firefighter or the rescuers. And in the picture, you can see it is a very big area. So, uh, what firefighters and the rescuers will do that they will rescue the people that that they are in short range. So, I think this is a very big area. That's why we cannot conclude that yes, it
No,
has
no,
some.
no, no. Anurag, fire when it occurs, it takes a huge place. You cannot say that it will be in a localized area only. कहीं पे भी हो सकता है. अब जैसे दिस इज द फोटोग्राफ ऑफ ए पार्किंग. सो
Yes, sir.
फायर जब फैलेगा तो स्मोक सब जगह रहेगा. सो यू
हाँ
हैव
सर.
टू सी, आपको दूर से ही देखना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ पे आदमी है नहीं है. दैट यू हैव टू सी, है ना. सो
Yes, sir.
यू कैन सी बिकॉज ये जो फिगर है इसमें तो ये कह रहा है, दिख रहा है कि 90% के आसपास ही विजिबिलिटी इज देयर बाय दिस फिगर व्हाट आई कैन से.
Uh, Sir, we will do research on it, but
यू
till now
प्लीज.
we have found only this technology of short-wave infrared imaging. It is the best which is already existing in cameras. So we will do research on it and we will find a better option and we will try to make it a better picture so that we can see 100% clear picture.
हाँ, you can see if there are some more good techniques are available, so that can also be seen, है ना. Next you can come to your this google this google which you have made, that photograph is there. Yes, this one. So I have one suggestion that in this photograph, beneath the eye, है ना, आई के नीचे there is some space, है ना. So it should be a close one so that
Yes, sir.
smoke cannot enter from some place. अगर ये है तो इसमें थोड़ा सा और ऐड करने की जरूरत है, मॉडिफिकेशन की है जरूरत, क्योंकि वहां पे गैप दिख रहा है नीचे से, है ना. सो
Yes, sir.
दे कैन बी स्मोक कैन गो ऑन द आईज, और फिर आईज में अगर किसी के स्मोक चला गया तो देन ही विल बी नॉट बी एबल टू see the things properly. Next, you have told कि there are many different types of lenses are there. That also you have told, है ना.
Uh,
Lenses की slides है ना, आपने आपने बताई थी.
uh, Sir,
दिखाइए.
I would like to tell you that, sir, the
हाँ, this
prototype.
one, this. So which type you will be using and why?
Sir, this lenses, short wave infrared lenses are already existing, and it has been used in these cameras. So, we it is these are the best suited lens, and the focal length varies. The focal length vary with the distance, how much distance we have to see. So we can use according to that. And the material used in this construction of this standard short wave infrared lenses are of polycarbonate. So it has very advantages over other plastics. It has good impact resistance. That means it can bear a huge load. It cannot be easily breakable. It is not weak, fragile material. It is strong material. It has good tensile strength. It is not easily breakable.
Okay, so one more is there question. Are there any disadvantage or limitations of this which you have come across while we are doing this?
Sir, initially we don't have any lead initially, uh, but disadvantage we haven't gone through that.
So disadvantages, I think we haven't got any lead on the
Limitations,
price of the race.
limitations,
Yes, sir.
limitations must be there something
Uh,
because
yes, sir.
everything is not 100% correct. So there must be some limitation in some practical thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's very good. Your this idea is really very good, and it will help a lot this firefighters in fighting the fire if there is a large amount of smoke. So it's very
Uh,
nice.
Sir, I would like to say the main challenge is that the goggle must be lightweight because the technology which is used, the components will be using is that with the battery, nano battery will be there, will be attached with the sensor, and it must be lightweight so that it would be easy for the firefighters, and it will be connected with the headband.
Yes, yes. Means if you are
It will be
using
challenge.
some that something to wear on the head, so it can be connected to that. Means
Headband
if
will be
there
there.
is some if there is some additional accessories are there, so that can be connected to the thing which we are the helmet which we are wearing on our head. So then the weight on the this goggles exactly it will be less. So that can be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Thank you, sir.
Hello, Anurag.
Uh, yes, sir.
Uh, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any adverse health effect of infrared radiations that you are using in your smoke goggle? Because it is a type of radiation and it possesses some kind of hazards, so it would cause some kind of adverse health effect. Have you
Yes, sir.
searched on that part?
Yes, sir. As we mentioned in our slide earlier, that the uh, the rays we are using are eye safe wavelength. There are of eye safe wavelength, so I think it will not cause any health effect.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
the range? What is
Gaurav,
the
please
range?
explain.
So ranges from 900 meter to 1700 nanometer. 900 to 1700 nanometer.
Okay. So you are saying that this range would be safe to human beings.
Yeah, we have searched and we got to conclusion that is a IPS wavelength.
Okay, very good. Overall,
Sir,
your idea, yes.
we must, as you said that there is an adverse effect of infrared radiation. We haven't searched on this, but our main idea was to generate a technology. How can it be made really possible? We will design a frame also, but that is a later option. But our main concept is that how can we design the technology? We have mentioned the technology. The basics are sensors, battery, nano battery will be used, and the lens we have mentioned.
Okay. Overall, it is good, but we have to search the parts. What we are going to do in future. If this kind of equipment is hazardous in nature by itself, then we have to research on that part, because if you are going to rescue some kind of any person in the smoke areas, first of all we have to save ourselves. Okay,
Yeah, sir.
and by wearing such type of goggles, if can harm you, then it cannot be wearable.
Yes, sir. As of
Sir,
now, sir, we don't got any harmful effects, but uh, if
Okay,
there would be,
if there is no any harm, then it is very good. And I think it is feasible also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and totally it is a very good idea. If you create some
Thank
kind of visibility when there is zero visibility, and if you are going to create some kind of visibility by wearing this smoke goggle, if there is 30 or 40% visibility is there, then it is also a good idea.
you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
It is better than
So,
zero visibility, no?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Definitely.
overall it is very good and appreciable.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay,
sir, if
thank
there are any harmful radiations of infrared, then we will find an alternate solution to that also. It
yeah,
is
yeah,
not a
there,
tough task. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
We will
there
provide
is.
a coating also,
Yeah, actually, it is a type of
so that
radiation
to
you can harm.
prevent that.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions or suggestions?
Uh, are you working on cost?
Yes, sir. We are working, but
What shall be cost for one pair?
sir, actually, we haven't got any solid price on the price of the solid proof of the price of the lens. So we are still keeping it not completed.
Have you aware that we are in a position to provide you a sponsored money about uh, 15,000 to 1,50,000 rupees from IPS Academy itself if your idea is too good?
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir. Yes,
are.
sir.
Yes, sir. We are aware about it.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Then try
Sir,
to conclude with your final cost and bring that particular idea to the departmental faculty or head so that you may get financial assistance from department IPS Academy itself.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Definitely. Definitely, sir.
Definitely.
Okay.
Uh,
May I ask you one
sir,
question regarding your, is you are making any prototype for that or you are just think that thing?
Sir,
Gaurav,
basically, yeah, sir, it is only a proposed technology. So we are not working on technology. No, so, we are not working on prototype currently as of now.
okay.
But if we will get a good feedback from your side. But we are not sure that is practically possible or not. But if we will get good response from your side, then we will definitely work on it
Actually,
and we will make prototype.
you are doing a such so nice thing
Yes,
in this field.
sir, it
May
will
I
take
suggest
time.
you the problem when you are making this product? Uh, First thing is that the material where you purchase that thing must be clear. Okay. So first of all, our HOD says regarding the you think about the cost of this product. To think that okay.
Yes,
We
sir.
you should. I have also suggested you please propose your this product in our IDC cell also.
Sir, IIC cell,
IEDC cell.
IEDC. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. We
Okay.
will
Thank
surely
you, sir.
propose it, but we are yet to draw any conclusion of financial
We will do
financial
more.
requirement.
We will present.
Okay. Okay.
Any more questions?
Sir, any suggestions or feedback you want to give to us regarding our idea or designing? Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for listening it.
Wow, what a way to start. A great discovery and a great idea. You all were treasures and everyone was wonderful. A small request from my side would be that please switch on your camera while you speak so that your expression could also be judged and the marks could given to you according to that also. And also, please make sure that the time limit for presenting this program is 20 minutes. With this, let's proceed to our next program. The topic is low cost alternative for digital sign, and it would be presented by Tushar Isaac Thomas. So I request Tushar Isaac Thomas to present his idea and topic.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna start now. Hello, my name is Tushar Thomas. I am from 4th year, and this is a presentation on my idea for creating an alternative for digital science with the help of a creative solution. This idea was inspired from a childhood toy. This basically works on the same principle, but the innovative part is the proprietary design of the device and the application of this phenomena in this certain regard. What is the need for an alternative? In certain cases where the signs which are applied on the intersections may cause confusions, or even at blind turns, it may be confusing. Even in places which are far away, and it is just not worth it to install a digital sign, keeping the cost in mind. The main aim for this project is to fabricate a device which can run on solar or even stored battery power for a long time, but is more instructive than a two-dimensional sign. This project is designed to propose a low-cost alternative for digital signs, which are expensive to install and maintain and are prone to damage. Here we propose an alternative which uses fraction of the cost to operate and maintain, and even in case of total damage, the proposed sign it can be replaced cheaply and is more instructive than a normal printed sign. The working concept. The proposed sign works on Moire effect, in which a set of lines superimpose over each other in each line or a set in relative sizes. So when the superimposed set is moved, it reveals only a portion of the base set of lines. The possibilities of representing images is explored by the base set of lines. These set of lines can be created by dividing the image carefully into lines and thus creating a base image. And further, a set of lines carefully designed can be used as a mask to reveal a part of the image. With this technique, we can animate those signs. This can be explained much easier with an example. So this is a sign in blue which I want to use. So I animate the sign to move it in a direction. Then I record a video of the animated sign. Then I divide this video into many frames and mask over a bar image with a certain thickness, and I delete the bar image. Now only the negative remains. Now I apply this to each frame, then I superimpose all of the frames of the video and create a base image. Sign. Similarly, I drew up a bar image with each bar of the same thickness as I use in the base image. Now, when I put this bar image over the base image and and when I move the bar image, this happens. We can see that the exit sign is starting to animate, right? Okay. This is the proposed device which I drew up on CAD. Starting with the base, the prototype will be made out of wood. The base secures the whole mechanism. We move the bar image which is revolving around this device like a merry-go-round. It is driven by a belt and pulley system with the help of a motor. Now I've removed a section of the bar image which reveals a stationary base image, which does not move and is printed on translucent or opaque paper. It can also be backlit to work in the dark. This is the belt and pulley drive. The motor is held with the order key. This kind of belt is readily available in the market, which is used in cars and bikes to run alternators and CVTs. I drew this pocket wrong. It would use a ribbed pulley, same as the ones used in the harmonic dampeners and tensioner pulleys in cars. This is basically the whole mechanism without the printed image. As we can see that the mechanism rests on two guides which can be made from either wood or either be fabricated from steel or aluminum. These are two more images of the whole system. This is the base. Estimation of project cost. The cost of building this project is fairly cheap. Even the initial prototyping would not require any sort of big investment. The only money spent would be on buying the electric motor, its speed controller, and the drive belt. The fabrication of the prototype would be done with wood to keep the cost down. The cost to build a prototype would be significantly cheaper if components needed are harvested from automotive scrapyards, as most of the mentioned parts are readily available. This is my presentation, and now again take questions if you have any questions.
So, Tushar, you have mentioned that you are using electric motor. So, which type you are planning to use and why you are using that?
So I'm planning, I'm planning to use small 12-volt DC motors which can be run on battery, or I'm mostly trying to make it independent, like run it off a solar panel.
So, have you seen or you have just identify someone which will be working on the solar one?
No, sir. I came up with a design and designed it on CAD, and I can fabricate it if I want to. If I want to pursue this,
So, you want to run this with the solar.
most likely.
So, in this, your bill of materials, you have not mentioned any solar panel or something like that.
Yes, sir. I have not included because I decided last night I was planning to run it with a regular power supply from the grid,
So if you are
and it was
using
not.
a regular power supply, so what will be that input for that?
I think I will run it off an AC supply and use an AC motor.
No, so how you are saying that if you are using a solar in compared to this electricity, so it will be cheap. So means have you seen how much wattage of electricity will be
So
consumed when
I
we are
don't think.
using this?
Yes, sir. So I don't think the electricity as compared used by an digital sign which uses an actual TV or an LED screen will be more than to run or a small motor. That's why
So means that means it will be very low.
it
You are
will be
saying that.
considerably very low as compared to an LED
Yes.
or
Yes.
LCD TV
So
running on.
if it is low, so you can go with this only.
Yes, sir.
Why to use a solar panel and increase your cost?
So
Because
just for
if you are using a solar, so it will have limitation. Like nowadays in the winter, there is no sun is there, so it will be a limitation for that. In a rainy season also, you will have a limitations. Then you can miss. It is not a thing which you can move somewhere here and there.
yes, sir.
So means how it will be not so goodly. It will be not so easily used if we are using with the solar. What is your views?
Right, sir. So I was talking with my father last night. He gave me the idea to use solar panels because he told me that what if there is a power outage, or they have cut electricity in order to, according to the emergency plan. So to still have an auxiliary power supply, use a battery and solar panels as well.
Okay, so you just want a backup. That
Yes, sir.
means
Like a
your
backup.
system should be always in the working if even if the supply is not there over there.
Yes, sir.
So for that reason, you have to add that cost in this cost which you are
Right, sir.
saying.
Right. I have to have it.
Okay. So you are using some technology you have just said mentioned in your PPT. So have you seen that some more another technology in this area are available, and why you have chosen this one only? What are the this advantages of this?
Okay, sir. So the main advantages can be if the bar image is not moving, the actual sign cannot be seen, and this technology is mainly seen in marine areas uh, where the ships are guided with this more effect device which points them towards and away from the shoreline. I took this technology from there. I'm trying to bring it down to a small scale for to use as digital signs or animated signs.
So you just told कि it was used in some ship or something like you have just told. So there, I think the cost must be high.
It's extremely high, sir. I
Yes.
checked it. So they use it to guide the ship so they would not crash into the shores. Like if you look at it from the straight ahead, you will see straight lines. And if you see it from other side, you will see an arrow sign. So it's like they use these moire patterns to guide the ships.
So as we have told, there the cost is very high. So this small which you are making, so are the price feasible which you have just written on the screen? Which means
So
how you check
as per
that?
now, as per now, I did all the calculations on basis of this small scale product, and it seems feasible for now. But yes, sir, I don't think sir, it will be expensive. Maybe it will not be feasible in terms of like manufacturing it, because there are a lot of moving parts like the revolving belt and the image moving around it. That's it, sir.
Okay, so it's what nice. So it was good. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Any more questions, please?
Hello, Tushar.
Yes, sir.
Yashchan Bouquet is here.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, have you find how does it affect human life?
Pardon, sir.
How does it change human life?
Okay, sir. Uh, so change in terms of I see it as it is more instructive. Like if you look at this two-dimensional sign, it only points at a direction, right? But this sign will actually move with them, or like it will show them where they have to go. If they are in a panic or they are not able to figure out, like if they are in an intersection and they are confused where they have to move, this sign can actually point them where they have to move. So in that case, it is very helpful.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions, please?
yeah, Tushar, you
Yes, sir.
have not talked about the visibility of that product. In the
Yes, sir.
emergency, what happened? We have in the panic situation, we just go and there and where, and that place is totally covered with the smoke. Okay, so what about the visibility of this product?
I totally agree, sir, that seeing these patterns of lines can be a little blurry sometimes, and especially in case of if there is a fire and the environment is filled with smoke, it will be very confusing. But sir, the backlight portion will maybe help. I still don't know if it will be clear or not, but I'm hoping that the backlight will help to point in the direction. So it
Okay,
will be glowing. Okay,
okay, thank you.
okay, sir. Any more questions, please?
Thank you, Tushar.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, I can just say another amazing performance by Tushar Isaac Thomas. Every time I listen a new idea or a discovery, something deeps into my mind. I would again say, even whenever if you try to shoot for the moon, you will surely accomplish the stars. So always try. And the idea and the innovation was really good. Now further proceeding to the next topic, which is egress suppression system, which would be presented by Himanshu Malviya. So I would request Himanshu Malviya to please present what he has prepared.
Okay, am I audible, Harsh?
Yes.
Is the screen visible?
No,
Just a
Himanshu,
minute.
is there a problem?
Yes, sir. I'm unable to operate it. So I need just some technical help. Would you please give me a minute, or you can further start the next presentation, please? I will present it then after the next one.
Hello, Himanshu.
Yes, sir.
What kind of problem you are facing?
Sir, actually, I'm working on iMac, MacBook, and actually, I don't know how to operate it. Uh,
So, okay, Hers, you can go for the next group.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I think so. Some technical issue arrived. No issue. He will perform after the next performance. So I would like to call the next participant whose topic is active fire protection device foam grenade. It would be presented by Mohammad Zainul Abidin Qureshi. So I'll request Mohammad Zainul Abidin Qureshi to present what he has prepared.
Thank you so much, Harsh. Just so is the screen visible?
No, right now it's visible now.
It's visible?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. A very good morning to one and all. Respected head of the department, Dr. Praveen Patel, sir, all the panel of jury, respected Manish Dubey, sir, Yashwant Bouquet, sir, and Dr. Aditya Tiwari, sir, and all the faculty members and the dear participants. So this is Zainul Abidin, and today, as an innovative idea and prototype model, I would like to uh, present a presentation on form granite. I'd presented a presentation on this on second day, but I'd focused on the business part. And today I will completely talk about the specifications of this product and what this product is, where it is applicable, and all this. So without any further ado, I start this presentation. So this will be the content, the abstract, the objective, introduction, system domain, problem domain, solution domain, and last but not the least, the conclusion. So starting with the abstract. So nowadays, as we see, the firefighting in complicated areas like confined spaces, tank tops, oil spills, high-rise fires, and all the petrochemical fires, which are both difficult and dangerous to extinguish. Firefighting these fires can be threaten our life and can be fatal too. Meaning the firefighters have to go in the vicinity of the flames, right? So they also have to inhale the toxic products. So they can lose their life too. It is so dangerous. So for today's meeting, today's need of extinguishing the fire in a very fast way, and that by that means that that can be much may worse may which will be more safer than the traditional methods. The foam granite is proposed in this presentation. So, as I mentioned, the small fires produce high threat to life and cannot be extinguished by portable fire extinguishers, can be extinguished by this product, that is foam granite. Firefighters can access through longer distances without risking up their lives. Traditional method also requires prior knowledge and training for operation any kind of fire extinguishers. As we also know, we have to teach them. But this product is free from maintenance and free from any kind of specific knowledge or training. So, coming to the objective of this project, what are the objectives? So, the objective of this project is to minimize the risk while the firefighting. The second objective is to extinguish fire in a very quick way, and it also actuates automatically to provide a longer distance of extinguishment of fire. It floats on the liquid with the help of buoyancy and extinguish the fire without settling down. It reduces the harm caused to the environment and by the extinguishing media to health and environment, as I said. So yeah, now before showing the actual image, it is a demo how the foam granite will look like.
you can see there is a layer. There will be another ball inside this layer. I will show that later on, but in this picture it's not visible. And there is a string attached to this foam granite so that we can rotate it. We can provide it centrifugal acceleration with the help of centrifugal force, and we can throw it to the longer distances. So now introduction. Coming to the introduction of this product. In petrochemical industries or in storage where petroleum products are stored, a lot of hazard is associated with these liquids, and they can ignite and cause harm, and including fatalities of people that we all know. And if this fire is not stopped in the earlier stages, it can turn into disasters. It can destroy whole plants, resulting by a case of BLV or something. But this product particularly focuses on extinguishment of small fires. It will not extinguish a full tank fire. It will be used to extinguish small fires so that these fires will not reach to disastrous stages. So now for extinguishing in the traditional firefighting method requires skills and take a lots of risk. Like seeing in this picture, the operator have to go so near to the flames, and all of a sudden if the wind direction changes, then all the flames will come upon the firefighter and he will get severe burns. But foam grenade, we can throw it from longer distances upon fire and it will extinguish fire. So now what this product is? This product, a throwable foam extinguisher ball, which is can be used on A and B class of fire, and it extinguished by two methods. A smoothing method, which we can usually say by smoothing. It forms a layer of foam over the fuel surface, and another thing that it releases carbon dioxide and gases, like so that will disperse the oxygen, and hence it will extinguish the fire. So as I said, it uses on A and B class of fire, that is all the combustible materials, and on the flammable liquids. It will be applicable on this type of in these two type categories. So the major applications comes in the industries. Now it comes to system domain, meaning when this product is applicable. So as we can see in the pictures, it's mostly suitable for petrol pump, petrol fueling stations, and in refineries. But as I mentioned, in refineries, it will be used for extinguishment of small fires only. Uh, Now, other than that, it for at the case of fuel leak, it will be used in fuel leaks. There will be a pool of fire just below the pipes, and on that fire, if there is a on that pool, if there is a fire, then we can throw that over. We can throw foam grenade over that fire, and we can extinguish that fire. Another case, it can also be used in storage tanks, but it will be used in n numbers because a single foam granite can do nothing while storage of millions of tons of liquid. So a very huge number, around thousands of foam granite have to be placed over the surface, and then it will be extinguished, used for extinguishment of fire. Another locations are, as I said, in pipelines. It can be placed over pipelines for the extinguishment near the leaks. And the last but not the least, it can be used at average household. Like if there is a sofa fire or any fire, then it can be directly used over that particular A class of fire. Yes, now with this diagram, I have to explain you something, that just imagine if there is a situation like this. Now, no one can even imagine to extinguish this fire with help of a fire extinguisher until the proper fire service help arrives. But if you have a foam grenade, then you can definitely throw this foam grenade over this fire, one or two inside the tank and one or two at the bottom surface. This will not extinguish the fire, but yes, it will smooth, it will extinguish it to that stage that it will not become so worse until the proper help arrives. Seeing another example, two example, if there is a first floor fire and the door is closed, so no one can go to that rush to that situation to extinguish fire with traditional methods. But if you have foam grenade, then you can throw it directly from the window and you can extinguish the fire. Another example is a fire on a car. That just imagine if you are on a you are on a travel journey with your family, and all of a sudden your car starts burning. So from where you will bring the fire extinguishers? Fire extinguisher you cannot bring. But foam grenade is so compact and small that you can keep it in your car, and in case of fire, you can directly throw it over the burning surface, and it will definitely extinguish the fire. Another example is that if there is a fire which is so far, just imagine there is a water
between you and fire. So traditional methods you cannot extinguish it. As you know, we have to go so close. But you can throw with that string. We can rotate foam grenade, and you can throw foam grenade over such fires, so it will extinguish that fire too. These are its problem domain when where this product is applicable. So yes, now you would think that there is already a product named fireball extinguishers, right? But this overcomes all the disadvantages of a fire extinguisher ball, because just imagine when you throw a fire extinguisher ball in the flammable liquid, it will sink down and it will not even actuate, right? But when you will throw foam grenade, then it will extinguish by forming a layer of foam over the liquid surface, and hence it overcomes fire extinguisher balls. Now, this coming to solution domain, I will talk more about how it's worked. So this is the actual diagram, how it looks like. As you can see, it have two balls, two different balls, and two different balls will consist of two different type of chemicals. There will be a chemical reaction. You can see there are forming. So our main concern will be when the inner ball will be consist of a glass shell, right? A shell which can be broken down, and the upper layer will consist of a flexible plastic. The red one will be of glass, and the yellow one will be of flexible plastic, latex. So when we will hit it with our hand, then the inner glass will break and both the chemicals will mix. So when both this chemical will mix, we will wait for few seconds, and when the form will be formed, we will throw upon the fire. And now with the help of flames, it will automatically burst, or by the pressure which will be expelling it outside, it will if it will sink, then it will automatically will explode and spread all the foam on the fire. So these are the chemicals. There are two chemicals which are basically be used: aluminum sulfate and sodium bicarbonate. And we will use a catalyst like turkey red oil, detergent, soap, something for producing more foam. This will be our chemicals. Now, these are advantages. The revolution of foam grenade offers advantages that exceeds conventional methods, and it is a very affordable solution. Foam grenade provide access to those areas where potable fire extinguishers cannot reach. It provides a faster way of extinguish of small fires till proper help arrives. This is the main point, till proper help arrives. It is small and light in weight. It can automatically actuate. Nobody needs prior specific knowledge or training. No inspection and no maintenance is required. So I would like to conclude with this. The business, which I had explained in the second day, I would like to conclude that in this slide, that the business major customers will be fire services, all the state fire services, in every individual households, and all the industries like petrochemical industries. The possible innovation is I told about everything about foam granite, that it consists of two layers, and it can be used as a conventional method. It can be used over the conventional methods. The market comes by selling this product, and it's approximated. It's achieved that one foam granite will be sold at the rate of 300 to 500 rupees in the market, and we will earn a profit on 10 in if we will sell 10 foam granite, then we will get a profit of around 2000 rupees. That's our approximations. Our support will be IIC cell of our institutes, that is IPS Academy, and the financial requirements that I had mentioned, that we do not require much, but if we will get help from our IPS Academy itself, then it will range around 30 to 40,000 rupees. That's all.
Okay, Jet, your
Yes,
innovative idea is very good, but I have some question regarding that in respect to technical specification. You are not talking
yes.
about the how much is the total area covered by it, at what temperature does it explode, okay, and if you are throwing it on the class of B fire like petrol diesel, okay, what happens chances to spread the fire or more, okay, and another one thing is that you did not say about the quantity of, please tell us about that thing.
So, uh, actually, it was going so long, sir, so I didn't told one of things, the
No,
future scope, sir.
okay,
Sir,
but
in
you have to
future,
tell us about the what type of media you are filling in that small grenade.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Answering to your first answer, sir, about testing and how much area it requires, sir. As I had told HOD, sir, in the second day, sir, because of this pandemic, sir, we were not able to test it, sir. So now our future scope is main that to build this product and to test in our fire and safety ground, sir. This is our future scope, sir. And
Okay.
answering to the second part, sir, the yes, sir, the quantity, sir. Sir, there will be two quantities, sir, of half kg product. The product will be of half kg and 1 kg, or we can say 1 liter, sir. So it will be around, sir, 30% that chemical which you can see. The ratio will be this, and the excess part will be water, sir. This is, sir, what you are requiring. You was asking, sir.
Okay. And what about the in that case when you are applying on the B class fire, it support or is it spread the fire?
No, sir. The extinguisher ball explodes and it spread the fire. That's its disadvantage. And sir, it will not explode, sir. It will burn because of flames, sir. So it will not explode, sir. The Because of high temperature of flames, the flexible layer will burn and release the foam, sir. It will not burst. It will not explode. I'm sorry. It will not explode.
Release in the form of spray or something or another way.
Sir, it is chemical foam basically, sir. So it will release foam layer. It will form a foam layer over the surface, sir. It
Okay,
is
let test
chemical
it.
foam, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I would ask to like some, I would like to ask something, sir. Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, Shivam, you can ask the question.
हाँ sir, I was asking to Zain, as you told, it can be used in household works, household fires also. If the fire is electric, how would you suggest the use of this fireball extinguisher on it? If the fire is
Okay,
electric,
thank you so much, Shubham, for asking such a question. Uh, Actually, as we all know that if we have to use any kind of fire extinguishing media over electrical surface, then our first and foremost duty is to cut off the power supply. So, before extinguishing any kind of electric fire, by extinguishing it with foam granite, first of all we have to turn off the power supply. Then we can use it over any kind of electric fire.
but as you told, it is user friendly and does not need any training and usage training. It is user friendly, so one can use it without any training. So this is the point to
Yes,
be considered while using it, I
yes,
guess.
Shubham. I don't think, Shubham, that turning off electricity requires any kind of training.
Of course, it does not need, but the people living in it must not be knowing about the conductivity of water and electricity, as they are not, totally not aware of the safety involved in electrical fires. So, this fire extinguisher must be containing liquids. It can conduct electricity and also
Definitely.
would spread electricity. This electric fires haphazardly.
Yeah, definitely, Shubham. Our product is on the working stage, and definitely it will destroy all the chemical components. I agree with you, as dry chemical powder do. But our main concern is class A fire and class B fire. I had not said about electric fire anywhere in this slides.
Household fires can be electric fires, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I had mentioned that class A type of household fire. I showed you a diagram.
Awesome,
Sofa fire. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I got it. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much. So, any more query? I request the judges to please give their valuable feedback.
Hello, Zen.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeshwant, sir.
आपने जैसा बताया कि इसमें वी हैव टू थ्रो दिस काइंड ऑफ ग्रेनेड बाय द स्ट्रिंग by applying the centrifugal force.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I think one should get a trend how to throw and what is the target on which we are going to throw. Basically, if you are going to throw something, it cannot hit the target.
It requires accuracy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, how anything or any person can hit the target accurately.
So, look, sir, I was having a plan that, sir, if there is, meaning if someone is weak, sir, so if he have to throw like this, sir, so he will not be able to throw the foam grenade like this. It will be of half kg and 1 kg. There will be two variants. So, sir, if we will rotate someone, not completely like this, but just giving, just like a pendulum. So just moving like it's like pendulum, and it can throw it easily around, sir, around 10 meters, sir, not rotating it but just moving it in oscillating motion like a pendulum does, sir, and it can
Yes,
throw it like up to 10 meter easily.
but we should be
I
precise.
agree with you, sir.
We
Accuracy
should be,
required. Yes, sir, I agree with you.
yeah. In this way, I hope we waste some kind of grenades also.
Yes, sir. We had also working, sir, in the form grenade launcher, sir, but it will be definitely a very later part, sir, because now this model is not ready. Then how can we build a form grenade launcher, sir?
Yeah, yeah. I just think that it should require some supplements equipment also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For very longer distances, it requires it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Overall, it is very good. And when we are very close to the fire, then it is very feasible and it can be throwable with precise on the target.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it will help. As you told, it is used for a small fire. Then it could be a very good idea. Okay, overall, is it very good, very nice. Thank you, Zen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Then have you worked upon the exact material and exact cost also, that some chart or something you have not shown in
So
PPT?
I had worked on the cost, sir. Can I show you that? So this are the cost which I had written. So the raw materials will cost 75, employment fees 60,000, patent 15,000, agreement. So this I have explained in the second day. That's why I had not explained this today. But you are asking. That's why I'm explaining this
Oh,
thing.
this is
Okay.
the cost of your this whole this project. You have written employment fees, patent, all these things. What
Yes,
is the
sir.
cost of that product? I'm asking on what are the exact
75 rupees.
material and
75 rupees.
exact cost that
75 rupees, sir.
you have
Of
told.
one product.
300 rupees will be there for one. In your
So,
PPT earlier, you have told
for
300
yes,
rupees
sir.
will be for one, and now you are
Yes, sir.
telling 75 rupees means.
Yes, sir, I am earning profit, sir. I had said you that for business, sir, our raw material cost is 75 rupees. And sir, if we have to sell this in the market, sir, then we will say 10. If we will sell 10 grenades, then it will cost us around 3,000 rupees. And we will sell it in 5,000 rupees. Then we will earn a profit of 2,000 rupees. Means 200 profit per product.
Okay, that means for one it is 75 rupees only.
Yes, only 75 rupees, sir. Excluding
Okay,
sir profit, sir. If for selling, sir, it will be definitely higher, but for our side, it will be just 75 rupees, sir.
okay, very nice.
Thank you so much, sir. Any more query to any judges, please, sir? Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Wow, what a spectacular and awesome idea, another one from our senior. I would really appreciate it. Some of the very tough and technical questions are also being shot by our judges to the contestant, but really they are answering it very well. Now I can only say that quotation that is, you have brain in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. So always choose a direction which you can accomplish in future. With this, I would like to ask the previous contestant, Himanshu Malviya, is he ready to show his presentation on the topic egress suppression system?
Yes, Harsh, let me check. Just a minute.
Okay.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, Himanshu.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, a very good morning to each and everyone present here, the faculty members, dear HOD sir, and all my dear friends. This is Himanshu Malviya from Fire Technology and Safety Engineering Department, and I am going to represent my topic, that is egress suppression system. The contents of my
Himanshu. Okay, we can see your PPT now. Yeah.
So these are the contents of my project. My presentation is divided into the following points. Coming towards the introduction, in today's scen- in
हिमांशु,
today's scenario, yes sir.
प्लीज F5 प्रेस करें तो आपका जो पीपीटी है वो फुल स्क्रीन हो जाएगा.
I'm
प्रेस
sorry, sir.
F5.
I'm sorry.
या डन.
In today's scenario, fire hazards have become quite common and essential problems to deal with. Hello.
या हेलो हेलो.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
या
Huh. So, in today's scenario, fire hazards have become quite a common and essential problem to deal with. In case of fire in any built environment, the doorways or exitways plays an important role in evacuating the people present inside any occupancy. But there may arise some situations or some conditions in which these doorways or the exitways may catch fire, and the areas nearby those exitways may gain some temperature. Hence, this can result in increasing the temperature, though those exit ways are unable to use, and the accident will become even worse. So I have designed the egress suppression system, which serves as to keep the evacuation routes in a working manner, along with reducing the temperature around the periphery of the door. So what basically the problem is? In case of any fire hazard, maximum number of deaths are caused due to the asphyxiation or suffocation problem or unavailability of oxygen, because most of the oxygen is consumed by fire, and carbon monoxide is released. Because people present inside the premises can't make their way to the exit because of the blocked or burning passageways, and another reason is the lack of oxygen, which I have already mentioned, and emission of carbon monoxide due to the incomplete combustion. So what actually the solution is? By keeping in mind the previous 2 points, I have designed the egress suppression system, which will, by means of egress suppression system, we can provide a proper means of evacuation to the people stuck inside the building, as well as resolving the problem of suffocation. Let me make you understand the concept by an example. Assume there is a restaurant, there is a dining room and a kitchen adjacent to each other. The kitchen being having the higher hazard as compared to the dining room, the kitchen has the sprinkler type fire suppression system, whereas the dining room, which is indicated in the below diagram, doesn't have any fire extinguishing system. Now, under any circumstance, if the dining room catches fire and the door between the kitchen and the dining is also under high temperature from the dining room side, then the people stuck inside the kitchen dining room are not able to escape. The sprinkler system is also unable to detect the rising temperature, and the people inside the kitchen will be unable to make an exit. This is where the egress suppression system will comes into action. Now, working and technology behind the product. A system basically consists of a side mounted water mist nozzles which are mounted on the inner periphery of the door frame. And considering the dimensions of the door, I have kept the system at low pressure system, water mist system, which is basically 12.5 to 35 bar pressure as per NFPA 750. The nozzles are fitted in such a manner on the inner door frame that the middle two nozzles will be inclined, and a curtain of water will be formed around the door, hence maintaining a cooled temperature and environment along within the radius of 1 to 2 meters or along the door. The nozzles will be connected to a piping system which will then further connected to the water source. This is how the water nozzles are going to be connected to the piping system, and the piping system is then connected to a water source and having a water pump. For empowering the system, I have used 1 horsepower electric pump because considering the dimensions of the doors, much power is not needed, and the discharge of this pump will be something between 175 to 500 liters per minute. Keeping in mind also the Indian climatic conditions, this system will be the wet type water mist fire suppression system. This picture depicts how the water contained will be formed by the nozzle situated on the upper side of the door frame and on the side on the both sides. And the red circle on the ground represents the area where actually the curtain will be formed. Now come to the activation mechanism. The system can be made compatible depending upon the cost or the budget of the occupier, which is who is going to install the system. The various types of heat sensors or detection system can be made can be made compatible with the system. Application of quartzite balls for fusible links and heat sensors and other heat sensors are some examples. In case of fire, when certain temperature is reached inside any occupancy, the system will be activated. The activation temperature also can vary according to the varying occupancies depending on the combustible load present inside any occupancy. The required fire water demand is calculated in such a way that the system is capable of supplying the largest single hazard for small occupancies having a less amount of fire load, or the group and the second one is group of hazards to be protected simultaneously for those occupancies having a much higher fire load. This is how the system will in the working situation will look like. The possible further innovations. My project is still in its designing and development stage, and there are a lot of future possible variations in consideration as well. By working upon the first of them, one of them is that working upon the water droplet size achieved from the water mist nozzle, the absorption of smoke particles can be achieved, hence reducing the smoke present inside any occupancy and increasing the visibility as well. The system, according to the budget of the occupier, the system can be made compatible with various heat sensing devices. Addition of some electronic equipments for increasing the efficiency of the system can also be made. After after developing the system, I have just decided to add LED strips over the top frame of the door, which is indicated by the black arrow above. These LED strips indicate the path to the pathway to the occupants of the building in case of any highly dense if the smoke is very high. So let's come to the business. The egress suppression system is basically a water-based fire suppression system which is designed for ensuring the proper evacuation for the people present inside and stopping the spread of the fire around evacuation routes or exit ways of any built environment. With our project, our basic objective or aim is to ensure the internal safety and integrity of a building structure in worst cases. Currently, fire doors are present in the market, which are basically passive fire measures that helps to control the spread of fire, smoke, and doors. On the other hand, our system is an active fire measure, which is an enhanced version or the improvement over the traditional fire doors that actively ensures safe evacuation in case of any fire emergency. Hence, with egress suppression system, we are aiming at those built structures having much higher fire load. The advantages, the egress separation system holds many advantages over the fire doors which are present in the market. Uh, Along with stopping the spread of fire, we can achieve effective evacuation as well, because fire doors work only when they are closed. Fire doors have to be closed for ensuring the spread of fire beyond the doors. But with egress suppression system, we can achieve the evacuation of the people as well, along with stopping the spread of the fire along beyond the doors. The second advantage is that variations of this product can personally be made depending upon the requirements of the occupier and the requirements depending upon the properties of the occupancy, like fire load or combustible load present inside the occupancy. The system can be made very more efficient and fast in operation as well. Now coming to the market, the market for such products is anticipated to grow owing to sure surge in population and urbanization. In addition, increase in consumer awareness toward fire safety and rise in demand for commercial and non-residential areas are anticipated to cater to the growth of fire-rated doors in the markets. An increase in the stringent building safety regulations by different government along the world is expected to drive the growth of fire-rated doors market. The increasing infrastructure in the commercial fields, the occupiers are opting for such doors and for ensuring the safety of the occupants present inside their buildings. The industrial area is always prone to fire risk, and therefore companies deploying the fire doors for employee safeties. Therefore, the egress suppression system will attract a wide range of customers as well. So these are the financial requirements. The project financial management brings together planning, development, procurement, and distribution as well. Considering only the expenses for the patent of the product, following are the estimates. The expenditure on the equipments which are going to be used are as follows. The water mist nozzles may cost around 50 rupees per each, and depending on the dimensions of the door, if it is an industrial door, there may be required 8 to 10 nozzles, or if it is an door of any residential building or any office where the combustible load is quite high, but the fire load is not that high, we can use 8 nozzles there. These are the following requirements, financial requirements. And coming to the expenditure on patent and other legal purposes, these are the mandatory steps we have to follow. Patent application filling, that will require 1600 to 12,000 rupees. Request for early publication, that is optional, but a request for examination, which is mandatory, which will cost 4,000 to 20,000 as well. The support for developing the project to its final stages, we need support from various aspects and fields. Guidance from the faculties will be needed for some technical details. Also, funding will be required for making of prototype. After all these, there are some limitations of this system as well. Along with all the advantages, there are some limitations. That is, this system cannot be used for extinguishing of fire. This can only suppress or reduce the temperature nearby the periphery of the door, but it can help the firefighter for the egress during any fire. In case of fire, the firefighters can make their entrance inside any building easily. Along with the occupants present inside, the firefighters can also get help from the system. Thank you so much, everyone.
Himanshu,
Yes, sir. Any question?
I am audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you heard about the fire compartmentation?
No, sir. I haven't.
Okay, that's good. Is the same technology we are using in the fire compartmentation also? Okay.
Acha, okay. The water mist system is used in that.
No, no. It's
No.
for the just separation of the burning material and
Yes, sir. The fire doors are used in that. I mean, this is not a compartmentation. We can actually evacuate people from one place to another. During the working of a fire door, I mean, when fire door works, it have to be closed. I mean, if there is a fire in any occupancy and stopping the spread of fire, one
No.
will not move from one place to another. But with
Okay.
egress suppression system, we can stop the spread of fire. We can consume the smoke with working on the droplet size along with the evacuation of the people.
Is it work on the smoke tower?
Sir, smoke tower, I don't know, but it will. I have a
In
consideration
the
that
agri they are using the path with the staircase.
yes, sir.
So staircase we can say as a work as a smoke tower at that place.
Okay, sir. Sir, it can be installed. It can be installed in staircases, and variations are also possible, depending upon the need. The system can be made with 3 or 4 nozzles and and lesser nozzles.
Okay.
Yes.
The material you are using in that.
Yeah, sir, there are just basic needs. The system can be installed on pre-installed doors, pre-constructed doors as well. But if there is, I've already mentioned those equipments I require. But if a door is already constructed, then I have to install a aluminum bubble sheet for the insulation of the door. If there is a wooden structure, then
Is
I
it
can install.
okay? Is it tested or have you some
No, sir, I haven't tested anything because of this pandemic. I am unable to perform any experiments. That's this the system is still in its designing and developing stage. So I will try to perform as much as experiments I can. But presently, I am just showing my idea.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Any more questions, sir?
Any member ask two question? Want to ask any question? Okay. Thank you, Himanshu.
Okay, sir.
Harsh, please carry on.
Yes, sir. Wow, it's great to see. I think in the last 6 months of the lockdown, or maybe 9 months of the lockdown, our seniors have become a hunter who are hunting some of the great ideas which I would have never thought of, but really great. I would praise them from my side. Now, proceeding to the fifth topic, that is solving fuel sloshing in tankers, which would be presented by Varun Sharma. So I'll request Varun Sharma to come and present his topic. Varun Sharma.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
Varun, you are audible.
Very good afternoon to everyone. My name
Good
is Varun
afternoon.
Sharma, and I'm a student of semester 5. So first of all, I'm going to show you my prototype model on the same cam itself. So this is how it looks. This is basically a tank, you can see, and I have a partition of a single tank to compare the issues, what the design I'm working on it. So basically, this tanker is implemented with these cups which I designed.
Can you
So
please close to camera?
yes, sir. So these are the designs. These are the designs of cups I used to solve the issues of sloshing in a tanker. And in my presentation, I'm going to show how it works and some observations I recorded. Basically, I used a tank and
They
separated
are
it
work
with
as a
partition.
buffers.
No, sir. No, sir.
हेलो
These are
वरुण,
the
1 सेकेंड वरुण, 1 सेकेंड। मनीष सर,
हाँ,
आप वरुण का स्क्रीन पिन कर ले तो आई थिंक आपको ज्यादा विजिबल होगा, वो अच्छे से दिखेगा आपको।
कर लिया सर, पिन कर
हाँ,
लिया।
फिर वो दिख जाएगा आपको।
yes, sir. These are the designs. Basically, these are cups, and in my presentation, I'm going to show how it works and how I designed them and how efficient are they.
Okay.
Sir, is my presentation visible?
Not now, Varun. It is not visible now. Now, yeah, it's visible.
Okay, sir. So basically, I'm introducing a new design to resolve the sloshing of fuel in large-scale tankers. They're carrying fluids like gasoline, diesel, chemicals, jet fuels, cryogenic liquids, and inerts. Here I'm considering my prototype tanker on road implemented with SSD cups, which is slosh slowdown cups. I named them. The structures I designed. The reason to reason to work on this particular was the slosh. It is basically a fluid dynamic problem. Uh, excuse me. Okay. Slosh dynamic problems where the dynamic of the liquid can interact with the tankers to alter the system dynamics significantly. For example, propellant slosh in spacecraft tanks and rockets, especially upper stages. And the free surface effect cargo ship slosh in ships, trucks transporting liquids from, for example, oil and gasoline. This is how I worked on the design to overcome this issue. This is basically drawing papers, which shows how I started working on this particular design. This is the flow stimulation. Basically, these colors shows the forces of fluid which is acting, which is being worked on this particular design. This is basically a sphere, a ball, a hollow sphere. So, and these are the designs. These are the papers. How it works and how I took such design a structure to work upon it. So basically, these are few datas. How can we create and make changes in such design to it, and it depends on the tankers and the scale of tankers and the amount of fluid we're carrying on the tankers to achieve great efficiency and better stability timing. Again, these are two more diagrams. On the left side of the page, this is the stimulation, which is basically the ANSYS stimulation I tried to draw on the paper. I designed this structure based on SolidWorks. Then I transferred it to ANSYS to observe the flow analysis and stimulation and how the flow dynamics works on it. These are some live pictures and comparison within the prototype model. This is how it looks when we fill it with some fluid. Here I filled the water. These are a few more pictures which is took at the time of that condition when we observe the sloshing of the fuel. This is the on the top left side. This is the fuel slosh, which is you can observe it is almost splashing out of the tank from the partition of the tank where there is no solution implemented for the sloshing. And this is the partition of the tank where the SSD cups are installed, and you can see this wave. This is the initial wave, which provides you more stable fluid stored in the tank. On the rear section, this shot is captured from the rear view. You can see on the left side where SSD cups are installed, the water level is much stable, and on the right side, you can see the water is almost splashing out of the tank. So this is basically a small clip. You can observe the normal tank fuel sloshing in it. I'm going to play it. This is a slow motion of it. How does the fuel behaves in our tanker? And now the fuel sloshing in the tanker with SSD cups. The structures are designed and implemented with it. And now I'm going to play this clip also so we can compare. Here you can see on the section of SSD cups, the water level reaches to the top but didn't splashed out. The water you are observing, which is splashed out, is from the traditional tank, where no solution for sloshing has been installed. So this is the comparison of fluid stability with time in the tankers where no solution for sloshing is basically it is the complete tanker. It almost took 7 to 8 seconds to get stable. on with SSD cups, it take almost 1.5 to 8 to 2 seconds to get stable. So this is how I compared my design, and this is how efficient it is. And these are the possible innovations. Um, we can work more on design and material to be implemented these on aircrafts and hazmat vehicles. So we can eliminate the risk of accidents and technical failures because of this issue on roadways, waterways, and air transportations. Thank you.
Hello, Varun. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
The main thing which I'm facing here is it would be depleting the volume of the container, which would be carrying any type of fuels or any type of uh, uh, liquids in it.
So it is very the amount of volume we are eliminating is very minimal. As you can see, this is basically because of structural strength. We are trying to overcome this issue with the structural strength. These are cups and very thin, and the structures are very thin. So to resolve this issue, we can actually afford this.
And the cups which you installed, what you were calling SSD, I
Yeah,
guess,
SSD cups.
SSD cups. These cups are moving or they are stable.
They are
Can
stable.
they move? Okay.
Yeah,
And are
yeah.
they having any?
It depends on the tankers, what type of tankers we are using. If we are on air or if we are on water, it depends.
And are these cups having any gaps in it?
Yeah, there are some cutouts and grooves, so we can cancel out the velocity. Not completely. If we did it, there.
Partially.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Varun, would
Yes,
you
sir.
please tell us about the technical specification of your product regarding the material which is used in that?
Sir, I
And
have.
yeah, I have seen your some pictures you are drawing the cutting edges and all these things. Could you please explain this?
Okay, sir. Sir, can I show my drawings on the screen, please?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Sir, these are the few papers. So basically, in this diagram, I have used this ball, this surface, the surface. This is the structure of a simple ball, which I've cut it down from the center. Basically, we use this structure to get ease with the flow of water or the water. So I thought if we want that to oppose that force. So I just
Okay,
inverted that. Yes, sir.
okay, okay.
I inverted that, and just because we cannot give it a full wall, we cannot close that structure to which will create again the issue. I gave the grooves between them, and the grooves that depends on the structures and the angles. In this diagram, you can see I took a
Okay.
section of it. I took a section of it,
Uh,
and I worked on that particular section. And these angles, these particular equal angles, can be the grooves on these angles.
is
And
any
these
gap between the circumference मतलब जो body
cup and these blacked out sections are basically these are the cutouts. So
okay.
on these angles are given so we can make changes in it because it can be varied the scale. Here I am working on the prototype, but it depends how what are the scales of the tankers and how much of amount of fluid we are carrying. So to achieve that efficiency, I have built this so we can make changes and get that efficiency and that scale also.
The structure which you made, which is made up by
So here I use ping pong balls. It is
okay.
basically hard plastic. Yeah.
But actually, in the working condition, what we you have you suggested any material?
No, sir. I need to work on it. I am with lack of knowledge, so I have no idea what type of material is going to react with which fuel because they may react because we are carrying such fuels. So it depends. I need to work on materials on which fuel I can work with which material so it can be safe enough.
Okay, good one. Good.
Yes, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Any more questions, sir?
Yes.
Varun, you have done a very good work in this.
Thank you, sir.
Because this here you have tried to stop the fluid from coming out, है ना? So that is a very good one. But you are telling that for different fluids,
Yes,
different material is to be required.
yes, sir.
So you have to work upon this also.
Yes, sir.
And how much will be the circumference of that material which we are using? So how you will judge that?
Okay, sir. So that depends on the scale. What at what scale of the tanker we are using. It depends on that, and we can I can calculate that. So if I get chance to work on that particular scale of tanker, so I can give that exact figures.
Because we have told that if you are using a structure like a wall, so it will have again the same thing, है ना? So
Yes,
therefore
sir.
you have used a curve. So that curve should be how much? That has to be calculated,
Yes,
because
sir.
then
Yes,
only you can stop the liquid from moving again and again.
yes, sir.
So for different liquids, different types of liquid, different size of these containers, it should be different and different.
Yes,
So
sir.
you have worked upon that also.
Yes, I am working upon on that also. I am working on tankers also. In many spacecrafts, we are the situation depends because as we are changing the altitude, we are losing the gravitational pull, and where their fuel behavior changes and its velocity and weight changes. So we need to work on that more, and on big tankers, big yards. On seas, we carry the and transport the fuel where they are more issues of sloshing at higher amounts. Uh, we are carrying in liters in lakh. That figure is very big. So I'm working on that too.
Yes, so it's very good, and you have also computed your model. Also, the prototype is also ready. So it's very good you have done, and really it's very good and good innovative idea which you have generated. Very good. Thank you.
Hello, Varun.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, have you seen some kind of existing design or technology which is used to prevent the sloshing of any kind of liquid which can be moved by any vehicle?
Yes, sir. So basically, we are using baffles. Right now, we are using baffles. Those are the walls, and we give some grooves to them to let the fluid pass through them. But baffles have many disadvantages. If we get that baffles, so we are basically we are partitioning that whole tanker, that space. And in case we can still observe sloshing of the fuel, and in case if we get synchronized, it work as a whole unit. So that's not much efficient as my design could be.
Okay.
And
So, Varun, I had observed a major thing in your project that you
yes, sir.
have take a prototype of that. You have used a rectangular type of tank. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but basically rectangular type of storage tanks are the very old and type of design. But
Yes, sir.
nowadays we have seen there are lots of other design which are used to carry the fluid by vehicle. I think you have seen some kind of cylindrical vessels.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in your project, I think you got much favorable outcomes from this design, which you are using rectangular, but
Yes, sir.
use cylindrical vessel instead of rectangular. Then compare your design.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to present some kind of thing to you. It is visible to you. Varun,
Yes, sir.
it is visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's a blank page.
Okay. Okay. I think you have used this type of storage tank.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct.
But
Yes,
this
sir.
is very old, very old. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I am suggesting you have to use
Vessel.
such type of. This is actually a hemisphere at the end.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then compare your result with this design. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I did
I
it.
you
Sir, I
have
compared.
earlier
Yes, sir.
did this.
No, sir. So before attaching this tank to the chassis, I did it with this, and the design was much efficient than the rectangular tank.
Okay, so I want to suggest you use this type of design and
Yes,
then
sir.
compare it. I think you get some less outcomes from that type of design. Okay, it is a latest technology and you can will be get some more specific and efficient design to use such type of vessels or cylinders.
Yes, sir. Sir, I got your query. So
Okay,
basically, I worked on that vessel too, and
okay,
when we are working with the vessel type of tankers,
okay,
we have this surface area. So if
okay,
I implement my design here, it's
okay.
going to work more efficient, as I observed.
Okay,
But
okay,
the, the issue was that I was not able to keep my that vessel stable on this chassis. I need to lock these suspensions too,
okay,
because they are giving jerks. So
yeah,
I need to lock these suspensions. They were very soft suspensions.
okay.
So I have observed what you are saying, and my design are more efficient and more working more perfectly in the vessel.
Yes, definitely it will work.
Yes,
And the technical behind this type of work is that when the fluid strike over the surface of the vessel or any material, in your case, when you are using a rectangular type of cylinder, okay, then it will strike to the face of the plate at the end,
yes,
and it
sir.
can affect normal to the plate at the end. Okay, normal forces. But in case of instead of the rectangular cells vessels, if you are going to use a hemisphere at the end, then it becomes a tangential stresses. Okay, and it would harm less to your cylinder.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the impact of that kind of tangential forces is less harm than the normal forces.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I am suggesting you to use the hemisphere at the end.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I didn't wanted that slosh force to reaches out to this point. I
Okay,
have some limitations in this prototype. So I have a particular length of the chassis. So I
okay,
was not able to extend that. So
okay.
that's what the issue is.
No, no. By doing this, you are totally changing the existing technology,
Yes, sir.
which is efficient nowadays. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to go to more efficient with the existing. So you
Yes,
have to
sir.
use the cylindrical vessels. Okay, you are understand the thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I am one more thing I want to show you how the forces will work on the vessel. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so just second. It is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how the forces will work. This is your end of your existing prototype. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and when the fluid travels to the end, that the thrust of the fluid on the tank will be look like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this type of forces or stresses are called as normal stresses. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and it could harm more.
Yes, sir. Obviously.
Okay. Now instead of this, if you are using such type of ends, hemisphere, okay, when this type of thrust will be applied to the vessel, then it would works as a tangential forces and it could harm lesser than the normal
Yes, sir.
one. Okay, then I think it would be more efficient and more feasible to you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I got you what you are telling me, but I did it on the NSYS. I
Okay.
actually created the vessel on SolidWorks and transferred it to the NSYS to
Okay.
to.
Varun, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir.
It is better you can contact with sir later. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, who is the next?
Harsh Shukla, you have to unmute first.
Sorry, sir. Now, the next topic is designing a model for fire extinguishing robot by using Arduino, which would be presented by Tejas Rahul Ramesh. So I request him to present his topic.
Yeah. Good afternoon, one and all present over here. I am Tejas Raul from third year, and I am going to present before you a prototype model of automatic fire extinguishing robot. With the advancement of technology and the use of AI being done in almost all the other fields, there is very little use of AI seen in fire and safety. It's high time we use artificial intelligence for advancement of our field so that we can save lives of firefighters that risk their own lives for us. So let's start with the objectives of this robot. First, to detect fire in the disaster prone area and provide visual indications. Second, to extinguish the fire on detection. Third, to enter narrow spaces and in situations where the risk for human firefighters is high. The support. So I required all the following components in building these robots, and I have explained them in the following slides. Uh, Flame sensor, Arduino Uno, smoke sensor, a motor driver, LED, pump, servo motor, and a chassis. So let's see them in detail. Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is basically the main brain of this project. It is here that all the processing takes place. Arduino Uno is an open source microcontroller board based on the microchip 80 Mega 328P. The board has 14 digital input output pins, 6 analog input output pins, and is programmable with a software named as Arduino IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. L293D motor driver IC. This is the thing that drives the motors, which in turn rotates the wheels. A motor driver is an integrated circuit chip which is usually used to control motors in autonomous robots. The motor driver acts as an interface between the Arduino and the motors. The ICs are designed to control two DC motors simultaneously. So this L293D motor driver that you see, it can control two DC motors at one time. The smoke sensor. The smoke sensor can detect smoke as well as the four flammable gases. They are LPG, butane, propane, and methane. So, how does it work? The voltage of the sensor output changes as per the smoke gas level that exists in the atmosphere. The sensor outputs a voltage that is proportional to the concentration of the smoke gas. Next, flame sensor. Flame sensor, as you can see, can detect a flame or fire at a wavelength of 750 nanometers. This flame sensor can detect flame from a distance of 20 centimeter. Its detection angle is 60 degrees. The adjustable sensitivity. Its sensitivity can be adjusted by this trim port that you see. If you move this in clockwise direction, its sensitivity is increased. Operating voltage 3.3 to 5 volt. The sensor is kept at a certain distance away from fire to avoid the damage. The technology behind the product. Basically, this will tell you how this prototype model works. The main brain of this project is the Arduino, but in order to sense fire, we use the fire sensor module, and to sense smoke, we use the smoke sensor. When fire burns, it emits a small amount of infrared light. This light will be received by the IR receiver on the sensor module. So we place three such sensors in three directions of the robot to sense on which direction the fire is burning. Once the direction of the fire is detected, we can use the motors to move near the fire by driving our motors through L293D motor driver. When near a fire, we can have to put it out using water. Using a small tank, we can carry water. A 5-volt pump is also placed in the tank, and the pump outlet is connected to a hose whose delivery part is connected on top of a servo motor so that we can control the direction in which the water has to be sprayed. Just as we use a fire extinguisher in a sweep motion, this model or prototype model can also extinguish the fire in a sweep action. This is the circuit diagram, as you can see. I will explain all this with the actual photo of my model. So this is an actual model that I have built. Uh, there are three flame sensors, as you can see, one in the straight direction, one in the left direction, and one in the right direction. This is the smoke sensor. There are three LEDs attached to it. The function of three LEDs is different. The green LED that is glowing now shows that there is no fire. If the fire is detected, the red LED will glow. And if a smoke is detected, the yellow LED will glow. This tank that you can see, inside the tank there is a 5-volt pump. The outlet of the pump is connected to this hose. So when a fire is detected, this model will move to in the direction of the fire, be it in the straight direction, be it in the right direction, be in the left direction. Then the model will stop at a fixed distance before the fire, and it will activate the pump. The water from the pump will flow to this hose pipe and will extinguish the fire. I have a video of this. First, I will show you the video of how it senses the smoke. As you can see, when a smoke source is present, it will detect the smoke and show you a yellow output. Now, this is the main function of the uh, robot. Uh, in this video, you can see how it extinguishes the fire, and also focus on the LEDs when the fire is detected. See, the color of the LED changes to red. This indicates that the fire is detected. I will play it once again so that you can see how it extinguishes the fire. It will detect the fire, it will move towards the fire, it will activate the pump. The pump will induct water into the hose, and from the hose the fire will be extinguished. So what all possible innovations we can do in this? All the following innovations are either already been added by some researchers, and some are my original ideas. So to this model, we can use a global system of mobile connections, or GSM, or short message service, to convey data from the sensors to the respected user through their mobile phones. So the sensors that you see, the three LEDs that glowing, that will also send a message to the mobile phone of the user. If smoke is detected, it will send a message to the user. If fire is detected, it will send a message to the user. Another is adding a water level indicator to indicate the level of water in the tank. Is always important that we know the level of water in the tank before we fight fire. Third, adding ultrasonic sensor to avoid obstacles. The obstacles can be avoided with the ultrasonic sensor that we can fit in the model itself. Fourth, in this, as you see, I have used normal water, but we can use a fire extinguisher solution or foam in this model. Now, fourth, and the last, adding a thermal imaging camera to detect the source of the fire. So the a thermal image camera will show the exact source of the fire, which will in turn will help the fire brigade to extinguish the source of the fire, and in turn will extinguish the whole fire. The market. It can be useful in high-rise building or shopping malls. In India, currently we have only one second. Uh, in India, we currently have only one manual fire robot. On July 11, 2020, it was used at a shopping center in Borivali West. It helped to douse the fire very quickly. It can be used in situations like terror attacks, building collapses, or chemical mishaps. If this technology was present earlier, we could have used this in the 26/11 attacks on Taj Mahal. That could have reduced the risk to the lives of the firefighters who risked their own lives. As for building collapses, 9/11, the attack on World Trade Center, we could have used the firefighting robot that could have extinguished the fire. They could have also saved 100 of lives of firefighters. It can be utilized by fire brigade to suppress forest fires. We know this year itself there were so many forest fires around the world. The fire brigade cannot fight forest fires because there is a great amount of risk involved in it. The lives of firefighters is at risk. Here, if we deploy our firefighting robot, it can extinguish the fire in its early stage and have save millions of hectares of land and in turn save our mother earth. It can be also used in extinguishing fire where probability of explosion is high. For example, LPG, CNG gas stores. It also can be used in confined spaces for immediate action in case of fire. As we know, in confined spaces, it is not easy to enter for the fire brigade. So in that case, we can use this firefighting robot. So these are my financial requirements that I used, and all these are the materials that I have used to build the robot. Total cost of rupees 2000 was required in the building of a robot. Uh, at last, I would like to say this study designed a robot device that can help minimize or control incoming potential fires by scanning its adapted environment for sudden change of temperature. The device was created in an automated way so that no human intervention will be needed in the case of fire. Thank you. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask now.
Yeah, Tejas,
So,
uh, do you know about our department has a similar model?
no, sir.
Okay, when you will come, tell you whenever you come into college, we will show you. Okay. Now your model is too good.
Sir, is that manual operated? Because this is a automatic. It
No, it
does
is
not
not a
require.
manual model. It's just when you come, I will explain you that thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now
But
my question is that
yes, sir.
when you get closer to your to the fire, so your robot will burn.
No,
It's
sir. How it will burn? The material that I'm going to use this, as this is prototype model, I have not used any fire resisting properties. But in the actual model, the wires can be made up of fire retardant cables that are XLPE. It is cross-linked polyethylene. It has fire resisting properties of 3 hours, and it can survive 3,000 degrees of temperature. The body can be made up of Kevlar or Nomex that are also fire resistive. So the robot will not burn when it reaches the fire, and it can operate minimum 3 hours, sir.
Hello, Tejas.
Yeah.
As our Manish sir was saying, instead of using heavy priced materials like what you are telling Kevlar and all these things, you can simply use fire retardant spray. It is
Yes, yes.
available.
I was
It
just
you
saying
can
that the robot will not burn in this case, and it will extinguish the fire.
also you can have a coat of fire retardant paint on it so that you can completely resist the fire and
Yes, sir.
you
Yes.
can avoid the threat of burning your device.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for a suggestion, sir. I will note it down.
Welcome.
uh, Tejas, it's really very good one. I just want to ask that you have told that you are having sensors in three different directions.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes.
so that means if suppose the fire is in one direction, so one sensor will sense and it will act.
Yes, sir. It suppose I will give an example, sir. If it is in the right direction and the currently your robot is facing the straight direction, it will turn right. Then it will move towards the fire. It will stop a little distance behind it, and it will extinguish the fire.
Okay, so if the fire is happening simultaneously at the same time to three or four different location, then how your robot will judge which fire has to be suppressed first?
Very good question, sir. Sir, it will extinguish the fire first. That will be sensed by the sensors. The first sensor that gives the output will be extinguished first. That fire will be extinguished first. Also, sir, this model can we can add a Bluetooth module that we can connect to the mobile, and so that we can operate it by any mobile or any remote, so that if you want to extinguish a particular fire, we can operate it that way also with the help of a Bluetooth module.
Uh, Tejas, there cannot be some method of analyzing the severity of fire. Can the sensor analyze the severity of fire and then it can act on the direction where more fire is there?
Yes, sir. There is also a temperature sensor that is available, which detects the temperature. So if the temperature is very high, it will move in that direction. I have to add that in my model, sir, yet now. But I have done
So
some research and I will add that very soon, sir.
yes, so you can add that sensor also, because if you will add that sensor, so it will sense the severity of the fire and the direction where or the place where severity of fire is more, then that robot will act first there and then it will come to the second place. So that robot will be more कंट्रोलेबल एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम, है ना? सो कभी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि जहाँ आग ज्यादा लगी है वहां पे वो आग उसको सप्रेस नहीं किया, पहले उसने कम लोकेशन वाले को सप्रेस किया. सो अगर ऐसा इफ यू यूज दिस टाइप ऑफ सेंसर then it will act more good. Okay.
Yes.
Second, from your sensors, how from how long they will sense the fire? Is there some distance is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For the as I've showed in the PPT, the flame sensor, as this is a prototype model, the flame sensor can detect it from a 20 centimeter distance, as this is a prototype model. But there is one more in this prototype model. I can add one more sensor, that is a flame sensor module. This is just a sensor, and a flame sensor module is also available. It can detect up to 1 meter, sir. For the actual model, it can be, sir, 500 meters. I think we can the one that we have in Mumbai now, that is the fire robot. It can detect up to 500 meters, sir, as per my knowledge.
Okay, so suppose if this robot is placed at some location is in a big mall and fire is very far away from that, so there can be some mechanism so that the information of that fire comes to that robot. There can be some mechanism for that. There can be sensors who will sense the location of the fire and they can give the instruction by use of the internet of things to that particular robot. They can give the instruction means the direction where you have to go, the length from the robot, the distance from the robot, and the robot can go and it can work on that. It can also give the direction or the distance or angle. All these information that particular thing can give. So here you have added one more thing, that is you will be adding GSM technique. है ना?
Yes,
GSM is a good technique, but you can use the Internet of Things, which is a very good technique nowadays. If
sir.
you are using Internet of Things, so you will be having all the information related to all the sensors. Means अगर जो भी sensors वहाँ पे connect हैं, each and every information of all the sensors you can see by using of the Internet of Things. So that will be a very good thing. Or by this the information about the severity of the fire, the distance, all this information you can be there with you by using IoT. So that also you can
Yes,
use.
yes. Thank you so much, sir, for the valuable input. I will add it in this model as soon as possible. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so it was a very nice and very innovative idea, and if you include all these things, so that will be also very good and
Yes, sir.
nice one. Okay, thank you very much, Tejas.
Thank you so much, sir.
After this performance, I can just say good thing comes to those people who wait for it, but better comes to only those who go out and get them. With this, I would like to call our next participants who are Jayant Deepak and Jayesh Patidar, and the topic is electricity meter fire protection system.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, just a second. Okay. Good morning to all present here. Myself Jain Deepak. So we'll jump directly to the topic. The project and the topic for the project is electricity meter fire protection system. Over to Jayesh. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Jayesh Patidar. As my colleague started the topic, it's my turn to get forward. Is our main objective or our business is to develop fire protection system for electric meter, which is affordable and effective to kill fire. Next, this is our content: introduction, type of meter, block diagram, working, advantages, etc. Next, so first of all, electrical fires are common. It resulted in 1400 plus injuries and 500 plus deaths in a year. This data is according to Electrical Safety Foundation International. So first of all, what is electrical fire? We all know as electrical fire is a failure or a mistake or inappropriate working of electrical parts within machines can cause electrical fire. It begins in fire and spread all over the houses. Next, so there is not any specific place where electrical fire starts. It can originate in anywhere, but our main focus is on fire in electricity meter box. Next, next. So according to 15 IS 1500707, testing, evaluation, installation, and maintenance of AC electricity meter. Electricity meters are divided into three parts. First is electromechanical induction type meter. Second is electronic energy meter, which is also called as static water meter. And third is smart energy meter. First one, electromechanical induction meter, is a there is a non-magnetic metallic disc which rotates depending upon the power passing through it. Electronic meter is now very common. They are usually using in every household and residential areas. Is a then please wait. Yeah. Smart energy meter. They look familiar to both above meter, but they are connected. There is a name implies they are the advanced meter and they are connected to the internet. In all of the electronic energy meter is widely used in home and residential areas. They are available in two types: single phase and three phase. Next, now what is single phase? In single phase power supply, the power is distributed using only two wires. One is phase wire and second is neutral wire. R means return wire. It has a voltage of 230 volts and frequency 50 Hz. Next, three phase. Three phase power supply is of two types. First consists of three wires or three phase, and second consists of four wires, three phase and one neutral wire. It has a voltage of 415 volts and frequency of 15 Hz. In other words, three phase system is already used where more power is needed with respect to single phase. Next, so we all know the know knows the aware of the causes of electricity meter fire, but there are two new terms: hot socket and vandalism. Hot socket is used to describe damage caused to the meter by overheating or caused by poor connection. Vandalism is the action involving damage or destruction of public property private property. There are other causes like mechanical breakdown, excessive moisture, excessive electrical load, storm damage, ground settling, and etc. Now I'm changing my position with my colleague Jayan Deepak to present more facts about our project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jayesh. Now, here we have noted down few of the recent electricity meter fire accident. Now, here we have noted down only few, the recent one. Now, I would like to have your attention on this particular accident which occurred on December 8, 2019 in New Delhi. And this is the case which we know as the Anaj Mandi fire case, in which 43 people died. And after the thorough investigation of the after the thorough investigation by fire official, it was made public that it was the cause of fire was the electricity meter, the short circuiting electricity meter which caused fire. Now it was it was installed in the staircase, so there was no chance for anyone to escape. Now, similar case on August 7, where 6% died, and various other several cases. Now, what are currently available options to defend such fires? Now, one such is fire detection tubing. This system is also known as fire trace system. And now here we have written down the drawback of this system, which we have overcome in our system. Firstly, this system are highly expensive. It starts from 10,000 rupees, which is not feasible to be applied in residential building like home, and it also occupies large spaces and are of one-time use only. No notification to owner is given on activation, and it is not possible to install in small space, and it also requires some activation time. The tubing here is manufactured in such a way that it will burst at some particular temperature, say it will burst at 200 degrees 200 degree Celsius. Then a temperature is needed to be raised to that point, so it requires some activation time. Now our system. Now, electrical fire, as we have seen, is very dangerous and fatal. It can happen anytime. That's why its prevention is important. There are most of the cases where fire starts in electricity meter box and then spread across house through wire and cable. All we have to do is prevent spread of fire. That's where our system works. It extinguishes fire in its initial flame stage by smoothing, that is, cutting off the oxygen present in the meter box. Now, what's the working principle behind the project is it is based on one of the three principles of extinguishing fire, that is smoothing, the removal of oxygen. Now, the most effective way to extinguish electricity meter fire is by smoothing. In our system, the fire is extinguished by carbon dioxide flooding system. It results in limitation of oxygen to continue the fire and propagate it into total extinguishment. Now here I have shown the block diagram of our project, what it will look like. Now the number one, the number one resembles here is electricity meter. Now it is housed inside a polycarbonate case and on which a flame sensor module is mounted. Now we have number three, the Node MC Wi-Fi development board, which is connected through flame sensor module through jumper cables and we have number 4, solenoid valve, which is operated by AC power supply, and number 5, a CO2 gas cartridge. Now here we have tried to make an animation through Microsoft PowerPoint to illustrate our project in a better way. Now as soon as fire occur in the electricity meter, the sensor which are provided on the case senses it and sends the signal to Node MCU Wi-Fi development board. Now this board has two functions: to send send the signal to owner that fire had occurred through Wi-Fi, and owner will receive a notification. Now the owner may take further action accordingly. He may contact fire service to the designated location. The This board is operated by 4-volt DC supply. Now also the second function of this board is it sends signal to the relay switch to open solenoid valve. As soon as relay switch sends signal to the solenoid valve, now here solenoid valve we are using is generally closed type. There are two type of solenoid valve: generally open and generally closed. Here we are using a solenoid valve which is generally closed. Now when relay switch sends signal to the solenoid valve, it opens, and the gas present inside CO2, the gas present inside the cartridge, that is CO2, flushes inside the meter case and extinguishes the fire. Now here comes the calculation part. We have done some calculation and research work on it. Now we have that the volume required to be filled, that is the difference between the volume of both, that comes out to be 2.3625 liter. And also according to IS 15528 table number 4 flooding factor, the 1 kg of CO2 is required to fill a space of 0.869 meter cube. Similarly, we can calculate 16 gram of CO2 cartridge would occupy a space of 13.99 liter. Here are some of the facts that one cartridge can fill 9 liter of volume, and 9 liter of volume, and it can fill the case in less than 10 seconds, and the pressure of CO2 cartridge has is 128 psi, that is 8.8 bar. So from all this all this calculation, we can conclude that it would be safe and enough to use 16 gram of CO2 cartridge for our system. Now, what are the advantages of our system? So it is automatic it is an automatic system and does not require any human action. Also, it is compact in size, and it is reusable. Once the cartridge has been used, it can be replaced by a new one, and the system would be the same. It is also cheap, extremely cheap as compared to the other available option, and provide notification to owner after activation. This is the main point. Work instantly as soon as flame is produced. Now, this is how it would look after installation. All the individual item would be fitted inside a polycarbonate housing and will be assembled, and this is how it would look. Now here we have done a estimation. The cartridge would cost us 1400 rupees. The flame sensor module would cost us 1600 rupees. The node Wi-Fi MC board would cost us 400 rupees, and solenoid valve will cost us 600 rupees. Wire, relay switch and other expenses would cost us 200 rupees. The total approx cost comes out to be 2800 rupees. Now here is my question that buying new electricity connection would cost us between 3000 rupees to 4000 rupees. Then can't we pay 2800 rupees more to ensure the safety and health of property? Now here are references which we took. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Jayan.
Yes, sir.
I'm I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But let me. Whenever we talk about the electrical fire,
Yes, sir.
we know the cause of fire, such as delay connection, overload due to
Yes,
high voltage, can be a cause also. Okay,
yes, sir.
you just talk about the give us the information about the effective timeness of your product.
So you are basically asking about how what will be the time required to extinguish the fire.
Yes.
Sir, yeah, here we have mentioned that it would fill the case in less than 10 seconds, as the pressure inside CO2 cartridge is quite high now, 8.8 bar.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So, Jayant, it is really very nice one. So, can you go to that your figure, that diagram which you have drawn
Okay.
after this one?
This one, sir.
After this, so here you are showing a Wi-Fi module.
Yes, sir.
So, how basically it works?
Sir, it is a pre-designed module. We don't need to do anything in it. We just have to code and burn it, so it would work.
So, what all information it will provide to the that user?
Sir, the owner of the meter would get that solenoid valve has operated and fire has occurred. So only the owner will get the information, and the number of recipient can be increased accordingly.
Okay. So I have one suggestion regarding this. Even though it's very nice, but
Yes,
one
sir.
suggestion is there. You can use IoT, that is Internet of Things, in this place. One of my students 2 years back, they have used IoT, and what they have done, they have obtained the value of meter. मतलब मीटर में कितना ये वोल्टेज हो रहा है, खर्चा, current क्या, voltage क्या, all that thing they have obtained by using the Internet of Things on the mobile user. So if you add one sensor also related to fire, so in दोनों को you can combine. That means you can get the user can get all the information regarding the meter कि कितना किस समय उसकी वोल्टेज कितना है, करंट कितना है, वोल्टेज कितना, और साथ ही साथ ये फायर का इंस्ट्रक्शन भी उसके पास पहुंच जाएगा कि अभी आग लगी है कि नहीं लगी है, ये सब चीजें भी उसके पास पहुंच जाएगी. उसके बाद if you are having a sensor, temperature sensor over there, so that temperature sensor can also sense the value of the temperature each and every instant of time. और IoT से क्या होता है, आपको हर एक इंस्टेंट ऑफ टाइम की पूरा डाटा आपको अवेलेबल हो सकता है ऑन द इंटरनेट और ऑन द मोबाइल. सो दैट टू थिंग्स कैन बी ज्वाइन, तो ये और ज्यादा अच्छा आपका कुछ एडअप और ज्यादा अच्छा इसमें हो सकता है.
Okay, sir.
Really,
I will.
it is very nice. Okay, so you can see that. Okay.
Thank you
And
so
if
much.
you want some information, so you can contact me. I will give you that.
Okay, sir, for sure.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any question, sir?
Yes, there is a question. There
Yes, sir.
is uh, the prototype which you have presented here. It is exist or it would be going to be exist?
Sir,
Sir,
sir, the prototype which we have made is not existing as far as my knowledge is concerned, but the more expensive version of it is available. We
Yes.
are, yes, sir. So we are trying to make,
Similar type of extinguishing system is available, but you are trying to reduce its cost.
yes,
Am I
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we are probably targeting the residential building like our houses, so that it would be effective and
Yes.
for
Yes.
extinguishing.
Have you ever seen that in one story house or two story house, a meter get short circuited and fire is gone enough to blow out whole of the house?
Sir,
Any
the
study?
yes, sir. The Anaj Mandi case drew my attention.
Anaj Mandi case is there. Any
Yes, sir.
house?
No, sir. The
Any
in the
home?
college. Yes, sir.
Any home?
I not myself. I have not seen
The
myself.
point which I want to make here is the meter which the size आपने बताई थी कैलकुलेशन किए थे CO2 फ्लडिंग सिस्टम के, खोलो जरा। हाँ, यहाँ पर लग जाइए। यस इट इज। देखो तुम्हारा बॉक्स कितना छोटा है, 15 सेंटीमीटर बाय 25 सेंटीमीटर बाय 7.5 सेंटीमीटर।
Yes, sir.
इसका क्यूबिक मीटर क्यूब निकाल रहे हो आप तो बहुत ही रेयर आ रहा है, बहुत ही छोटा आ रहा है। और इसके बाद में भी यदि आप इस पे बात करते हो तो बहुत छोटा सा हैज़ार्ड निकल के आता है, और जिसमें आपकी क्वांटिटी जो आपने कैलकुलेशन बहुत सही की है, लेकिन जब आप क्वांटिटी कैलकुलेट करने जाते हो तो वो बहुत कम आती है। इट इज़ नॉट 16 केजी, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ही कम आएगी। तो मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि ये जो आप कर रहे हो, जो मीटर आपने बॉक्स लिया है, वॉल्यूम लिया है, इस वॉल्यूम को थोड़ा सा बड़ा करो आप। अब बड़ा कैसे करना है, कहाँ करना है? रियली जब हम बात करते हैं मल्टी स्टोरी बिल्डिंग्स की जहाँ पर फ्लोर्स हैं, यदि 18 मीटर की बिल्डिंग है तो हमारे कितने फ्लोर हो जाएंगे? 6 फ्लोर्स हो जाएंगे। 6 फ्लोर का अरेंजमेंट यदि हमने किया है तो एक बढ़िया सा इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल होगा हमारे पास, जिसमें ये जो बॉक्सेस आपने शो किए हैं, ऐसे बहुत सारे बॉक्स एक ही जगह पर इकट्ठे होंगे।
Yes,
एम आई करेक्ट?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ। अब यदि इसको फिजिकली देखना है हमको तो हम क्या करें? जब आपका मौका मिले, जब आप आओगे यहाँ पर इंस्टीट्यूट के अंदर, तब हम आपको एक यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल दिखाएंगे जो
Yes,
कि
sir.
ब्लॉक ए और ब्लॉक बी दोनों की इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को सप्लाई करता है।
Okay,
ठीक है?
sir.
अब उस पर्टिकुलर बॉक्स की साइज को आपको मापना है व्यवस्थित तरीके से,
Yes.
और फिर ये जो ऑटोमेशन बनाया या आदित्य सर बोल रहे हैं आईओटी करना है
Yes,
या
sir.
फिर इसका कुछ अच्छा उपयोग करना है हमको, तो व्हाई नॉट एक पहले तो आप खुद कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाओ कि हाँ हम ये कर सकते हैं, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से कर देंगे सर। आप ये वाला जो पोर्शन है ये आप हमको बता दीजिए, हम कर लेंगे, अच्छे तरीके से कर लेंगे। एक चीज़ ये, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल देख के ही हम कुछ आपको असिस्ट कर पाएंगे, अच्छे तरीके से फाइनेंशियली भी असिस्ट कर पाएंगे। दूसरी चीज़, जो आप प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे इट विल बी द लाइव एग्जांपल एंड इंस्पिरेशन टू फोर्थकमिंग स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो, जो आएंगे देखेंगे। जैसे आज दिनांक को हम बाइक देखते हैं खड़ी,
Yes,
कि
sir.
उसकी पेटेंटिंग हुई और बाहर जाके हम सोचते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे ने बनाया, फायर इंजीनियर ने बनाया। ऐसा सिस्टम यदि आप लो कॉस्ट बनाते हो, आई न्यू दैट द सिस्टम इज एग्जिस्ट बट एट लो कॉस्ट, यदि आप इसको प्रिफर करते हो और आप इसको बताते हो और इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल्स में इसको सही तरीके से इंस्टॉल कर पाते हो और इसको डेमोस्ट्रेट कर पाते हो, इट वुड बी द वंडर्स इन द इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल फायर प्रोटेक्शन।
Okay, sir.
तो आप ये ज़रा विचार करो इस पे और सोचो इसको, यदि आप बना सकते हो, कर सकते हो। तो आदित्य सर ने बताया ही, आपको आगे से इनविटेशन दे दिया है, आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो वो प्रोवाइड करा देंगे। और जो
Yes, sir.
16 केजी का आपने लिया है CO2 का कैलकुलेशन, 16 केजी बढ़िया अच्छे तरीके से इनफ होगा आपका। 34% का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन चाहिए रहता है बेसिकली अपने को उस
Yes, sir. Yes,
के
sir.
अंदर। जो क्यूब आप निकालोगे इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल का, वो बड़ी आसानी से आप बना लोगे। लेकिन जो सिस्टम एक्चुएशन है, यदि वो ऑटोमेशन बेस्ड है और उसमें आप बहुत अच्छे तरीके से कलाकारी कर पा रहे हो, तो डेफिनेटली इट वुड बी द ग्रेट प्रोडक्ट और बहुत अच्छा इनोवेशन हो सकता है आपकी तरफ से। ठीक है?
I will
ओके सर।
definitely.
व्हेनेवर अभी आप आ सकते हो, 1-2 दिन। आप लोकलाइट हो या इंदौर?
सर इधर ही महू में।
बढ़िया, गुड। तो टेक फेस्ट खत्म होता है, टेक फेस्ट खत्म होने के बाद में आप इंस्टीट्यूट आ सकते हो, पर्सनली मिल सकते हो, आइडियाज़ को शेयर कर सकते हो, और आइडिया को शेयर करने के बाद में हमारी ही इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल को प्रोटेक्ट करके बताओ पहले।
जी सर, बिल्कुल।
जब इस पर्टिकुलर इसको आप प्रोटेक्ट करोगे
तो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टअप होगा और उसके बाद में फिर और अच्छे तरीके से आप कर पाओगे, है ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
यस सर।
ठीक है,
सर
बढ़िया।
सर आपने जो पिछली बार पूछा था कि कोई होम या फिर कोई 4 स्टोरी बिल्डिंग थी वहाँ पे कुछ हुआ है ऐसा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में, तो सर हमने दिया हुआ है रेफरेंस
नहीं नहीं,
स्लाइड।
मेरा मेरा जो ऑब्जेक्टिव था वो बात करने का वो ये था कि जो फायर का हैजार्ड है, डिग्री ऑफ हैजार्ड है, वो इतने छोटे बॉक्स में बहुत कम है और एक इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल में थोड़ा ज़्यादा है।
यस
दैट्स
सर।
व्हाई आई एम रेजिस दैट क्वेश्चन, ताकि थोड़ा सा आप सोचो उसके पीछे, सोच लाओ उसके पीछे। फायर हैजार्ड थोड़ा बड़ा बने, फायर हैजार्ड जब बड़ा बनेगा तो हम इस
हाँ।
तरीके का एक्सटिंग्विशिंग सिस्टम, अभी आपने 28 रुपये कॉस्ट निकाली है,
Yes, sir.
इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल पे यदि आप 3,000 5,000 तक के भी कॉस्ट निकालते हो तो मेरे जैसा कोई भी आदमी बड़ी खुशी खुशी से उसको दे देगा, क्योंकि 5,000 ही तो जा रहे हैं लेकिन इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल की सेफ्टी हो रही है मेरे।
Yes, sir.
यस सर।
तो मैं ज़्यादा अप्रिशिएट करूँगा उस चीज़ को। और जो स्मॉल यूनिट्स होती हैं जहाँ पर हम 220 वोल्ट के करंट के साथ में छोटा मोटा 1 किलोवाट 2 किलोवाट का कनेक्शन लेके खड़े होते हैं, वहाँ शायद रेयर काम पड़े इसका। यदि बाहर ही उसके पास 1 किलो 2 किलो का CO2 केजी का सिलेंडर है, वो उसी से काम चला लेगा, 750 800 रुपये में उसका काम हो जाएगा। बट यदि इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल की बारी है, जहाँ सिस्टम्स होते हैं, जहाँ कोई देखभाल नहीं होती करने वाला, नोमेन एरियाज हैं, जैसे हमारे यहाँ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड साइंस के अंदर इतना बड़ा पैनल है, इलेक्ट्रिकल पैनल है, वहाँ आग लगने की चांसेस है। यदि ऑटोमेशन अवेलेबल है, अपने आप आग बुझती है, दैट वुड गिव्स यू द यूटिलिटी ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट। मजा आएगा वहाँ पर उसको
Yes,
इंस्टॉल करने में भी, इंस्टॉलर को भी आनंद आएगा। दैट्स
यस सर।
पॉइंट्स आई वुड लाइक टू मेक ओवर देयर। ठीक है,
yes,
यस
sir.
सर।
ओके, बढ़िया।
Thank you so
थैंक यू।
much.
It was a very great and innovative idea. I would really appreciate it. Step by step, we are heading towards the end of this discussion and program or innovative idea and model type presentation. With this, we have the last topic, which is safeguarding household LPG cylinder with help of multi-layer Kevlar jacket. And the presenter for this topic is Tushar Isaac Thomas. So I will request Tushar Isaac Thomas to present this topic.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Yes or no? Hello, my name is Tushar Thomas. I am from fourth year, and this is my
तुषार
presentation.
बहुत अच्छे तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है और ऐसी कोई एक्टिविटी नहीं है पूरे टेक फेस्ट में जहां मुझे तुषार का चेहरा नहीं दिखा हो। इसलिए मैं मेरे दिल से तुमको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करता हूं और मैं चाहूँगा कि आप बहुत अच्छे तरीके से प्रोग्रेस करते रहें।
Thank you,
वेरी
sir.
गुड, कीप इट अप, बढ़िया।
Uh, okay, so I'm Tushar Thomas from fourth year, and this is a presentation which deals with safeguarding household gas cylinders with the help of a custom-built jacket made from Kevlar material, the same material with which bulletproof armor is made. The inherent hazards from using gas cylinders are not just limited to user errors, but also in some cases the hazards are increased with improper maintenance, faulty seals, improper filling, negligent handling and transportation, as well as at the user end, these hazards are increased tenfold if the user is unaware of the correct procedure to use and store these. Considering the worst case scenario, in a situation where the cylinder is leaking and the user is not in control of fire, the only thing to do is to leave the cylinder alone and escape. More often than not, in such cases, to minimize damage, cylinders are tipped over or thrown away in a panic, which only increases the chances of believing. In other cases where a cylinder is leaking, maybe due to corrosion or malfunctioning seals and valves, with the nature of LPG being heavier than air, it settles down and a cloud of highly inflammable LPG gas and air forms looking for an ignition source. In that case, the biggest threat next to the cloud igniting is the ignited cloud causing the rest of the LPG in the cylinder to cause an explosion. or a daisy chain of explosions if more than one cylinder is stored at a place. There are some examples of dangerous and wrong procedures for storing, handling, transportation, and improper use of LPG cylinders. Furthermore, here we can see that most of the times in a panic, people tend to tip over the cylinders, which causes the fire at the nozzle or the tip of the regulators, or even at the malfunctioning valves to burn uncontrollably. Now imagine this: a cylinder tipped over with the fire burning at the valve. Depending on the fuel and air mixture, the color of the flame gives us a clue about the temperature at which the flame is burning. Yellow flames are 400 degrees Celsius and upwards to maybe about 900 degrees Celsius. A blue flame is hotter, about 100, 1000 and upwards degrees Celsius. It is important to notice that iron and many other metals melt with sufficient energy at temperatures about 1200 degrees Celsius or so. Usually, the valves are made out of brass, which melts at a temperature of only 930 degrees Celsius. With time and the flame impinging directly at the valve or near any part of the surface of the cylinder causes the metals to heat up and expand unevenly. At the site of impingement, the metal surfaces loses its strength and structural integrity, which causes the cylinders to weaken dramatically. Household cylinders are designed to operate at a maximum working pressure of 16.87 kg per centimeter square at 17 degrees Celsius. Made out of mild steel, it does not take long for the cylinders to give and explode at such extreme temperatures and compromise structural integrities. Simultaneously, with the fire, the 14 kg liquid LPG at capacity, when heated up to about 400 degrees Celsius, its pressure increases on two accounts. Firstly, all 14 kg liquid will be converted into gas phase to occupy about 28 meter cube out of the total 33.3 meter cube fixed volume of the 14 kg LPG cylinder. Secondly, the pressure will also increase due to the increase of temperature as per gas laws. These two factors suddenly cause a large increase in internal gas pressure. According to back of the envelope type calculations, indicate that propane may reach pressures above 400 bar or 5800 psi under this same example. LPG used in India is a mixture of butane and propane in the ratio of about 3 is to 1. Butane is a gas next to propane in the same series and has little lower saturated vapor pressure at same temperature than propane. Accordingly, the behavior of LPG is little less dangerous than 100% propane. LPG is also a gas not at normal temperatures and pressures. It is in liquid state under a pressure of approx 5 bar or 72 psi at room temperature in LPG cylinders. The above mentioned pressures in a fire scenario inside the cylinders are much higher than the design and bursting test pressures, which is only about 90 bar or 1305 psi. In other case, where a connection at the stove or a gas hose are leaking, or even if the cylinder valve itself is malfunctioning and is leaking LPG having a specific gravity of about 1.55, that is, it is 1.55 times heavier than air, settles down, accumulates, and forms a cloud. And when it finds an ignition source, all of the accumulated LPG burns at once and causes an explosion, which is also called a vapor cloud explosion. Thus, often in a kitchen fire, if a LPG cylinder is involved, it is much likely to end up in a disaster. These explosions are many times devastating as they collapse the roof of the buildings, killing many people. When LPG cylinders are not involved, home fires are seldom so catastrophic, since Indian homes are made out of masonry and RCC. The LPG cylinders have earned a bad name since the explosions and fire are attributed to these. Lot of inquiry committees have been investigating these explosions, but we are not aware of any solution has been yet recommended. The targeted business. The product will be first in its class. Throughout my research for patents on similar devices, nothing came up, thus making this product really unique and worth pursuing. The prototyping of this product can be done easily with the requirement of no such specialized tools. The main focus of this project will be the destructive testing of the product to legitimize its need. Later, a cost benefit analysis will be done to answer the question whether this idea should be pursued or not. The proposed jacket will be fashioned out of Kevlar material, the same material with which armored jacket and bulletproof vests are made. This material is light, it is relatively inexpensive in large quantities. This jacket will be a multi-layered with special design which will make it much more stronger than the design will include which will make it much stronger. The design will include origami patterns of stitching and folding the material to provide it with more strength in case of an explosion. The project demands the destructive testing of this jacket. It will be done starting with a small LPG canister about 250 gram, and with proof of concept, it can be scaled up to an actual size LPG cylinder. The main goal of this project is to safeguard the user and the occupants and minimize damage from flying metal debris and reducing the scale of explosion by reducing the high velocity gases from these explosions. Kevlar, being fire resistive, also prolongs the chances of the cylinder to explode from the heat. Due to its heat resistive nature, it adds to the time where the user or occupant can escape or proper firefighting can be done. Here shown is the origami folds of Kevlar material which are supposed to expand in case of an explosion, absorbing some of the energy from the high velocity explosion gases and to provide more strength to the jacket. This is the rough design of the jacket I came up with on CAD. This is of course the first draft and changes are to be made to adopt a better design overall. Here we can see that the first draft I came up with uses a lace type front closing mechanism, but a fully stitched sleeve like jacket would make more sense, much more like a socks for the cylinder. Here we can see a single Kevlar layer, and here we can see multiple layers stacked up to be stitched together. Finally, a stitched jacket with multiple layers are shown here. The cost of prototyping this model will depend upon the market price of Kevlar material and some tools which will help to cut and stitch together this jacket. Multiple jackets will be required to collect enough data. The cost of a single jacket is estimated below. So about cross-weak Kevlar, approximately 10 meters square for a full-size LPG 14 kg cylinder comes out to be almost 6,800. That is at 680 meters square, uh, at 680 rupees per meter square. For 10 meters square, it is 6,800. And stitching and cutting equipment, I took only 200. So almost a cost of about 7,000. For the cost of the prototyping this model is high, and a real idea of actual cost will be understood when a quote from the material manufacturer is obtained. But if this project is pursued, the cost of the manufacturing can be brought down significantly by scaling up the operation and buying the material in bulk. Thank you so much. I'm open for questions now.
Hello.
No? Yeah.
Hello. Instead of Kevlar, can we use nanocellulose materials?
I don't know much about nanocellulose material, but I know what Kevlar, and Kevlar is pretty much available everywhere, and it can be easily obtained. So
Kevlar, it is a good substitute to Kevlar as it can also be used as stab-free material and bulletproof material also.
right. I will get
This
back to you with
technology.
that. I really don't know much about nanocellulose material.
Okay, okay.
Thank you. Any more questions, please? Uh, I really want to take this for my major project, so questions are really welcome.
Okay, so finally we have headed towards the end of this program. It was a beautiful event. I would also say not only the day but the whole week was a memorable week. Only one thing which I had in my mind, which I would suggest a quotation or my suggestion to my seniors, as I'm very junior from them, but still I'll suggest them that difficult road often leads to beautiful destinations. So never quit because every accomplishment comes with the decision to try. So as you all are trying very hard, And I think that in future you all will accomplish about your innovative ideas and prototypes model. Also, ladies and gentlemen, your presence made the day and the whole TechFest a memorable event. The whole TechFest has been captured by our eyes, will be stored in our brain, and will always be felt by our heart in the future with a piece of smile on our face. Thank you for listening, for inspiration, for encouragement, for being here, and most important, for giving your time and making your presence. You all are a wonderful audience, and we hope that we have been a good host equally. Once again, thanks to the hard work that all team members have done, the organizers, teachers, students. Thank you. Now, I would like to call my senior co-anchor, who is Mr. Zainul Abdin Qureshi, who will introduce you about some important information related to TechFest results.
Thank you so much, Harsh. But before that, I would like to thank our respected head of the department, Dr. Praveen Patel, sir, for being the catalyst that simulated us to do our best and staying with us as a pillar of strength. Thank you so much, sir, for your encouragement and motivation. I would also like to thank respected Manish Dubey sir. I would also like to thank the coordinators of this 5-day National Tech Fest, Mr. Vineet Panoda sir and Mr. Virendra Suryavanshi sir. Also, an event like this cannot happen overnight, right? Our department is fortunate enough to be backed by the dedicated faculty members who are the backbone of this particular 5-day event. I would like to thank all the faculty members who devoted all their energies to making this event success. And at last but not the least, I would like to thank all the students who devoted themselves in this 1 week Tech Fest. This proves that our students are not only good at academics and drills, but yeah, they are also involved in extracurricular activities. We value you and every moment that you stayed in this temple of learning. So thank you so much once again, all the participants, all the viewers who are watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and about things related to the results. So I am very glad to inform you that the results of this 5-day events will be announced in the upcoming week. So I request all the participants who had participated to please wait, and all the result, as I said, will be declared in the upcoming week. So by this, thanks once again to all and for making this event a great success. Thank you so much.